cameras. So.
All right, let's just be honest. Morgan, it's probably good you're leaving because of this camera.
Right. You made it worse though, because we didn't have the door before.
Hey, look, it's me.
All right,
Well,
hold
I
on.
just
I'm gonna
wanted.
turn it this
I just
way.
want to be in the picture.
Well, my favorite thing is you were trying to like adjust it as you were like over the thing, and then as soon as you sat back down to where you belonged, like.
What we need to do is we need to put this camera
Uh-huh.
there and that camera here. Because this has a wider angle, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, this thing's angle, like you can't see my finger when it's there or when it's there. And then, you know, but this one.
I know, that actually is annoying for me because of it catches the microphones. But
oh well.
Like
oh
in
well.
frame.
yeah.
So,
Oh,
hey,
and all this stuff.
we're here. I like that we have a canted angle, of course.
Yup.
Why not?
I mean, because it's held up by fucking Velcro.
Yeah.
The DIY lab, y'all.
Yep. The
Are we?
DIY lab.
Are we on?
We are on.
Okay, good.
DH lab and the DIY lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both of them are DIY labs. Let's be fucking real here.
Yeah, that one doesn't even have a fucking wall. Like, it has a big like a gorgeous
But everything is glass.
thing.
Everything is glass.
But except for the one side where it's just like one of those little like accordion pop-up event doors.
Yeah, that's like chained to the
Yep.
wall so that people can't get in, which I think is just very
You can get in
entertaining.
anywhere if you believe it. That's the rogue mentality.
I got a lockpick set for Christmas.
Oh man, you gotta show me how to pick locks.
I need to learn.
Yeah,
That's-
because
You
Nick
should
actually
watch
went to
Lockpick
me.
Lawyer on the YouTube. He's really good at picking locks.
Nick went, he goes, you know, out of
Okay.
anyone here, you'd be most likely to do it, but like, do you know how to pick locks? I'm like, you're not wrong that I'd be the most likely one, but no, I can't pick locks.
I had a friend when I was in high school that was really into it, and I was like, I'm gonna learn this, and I never did. And this winter, my sister was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, I don't fucking know. What do I want for Christmas? Fuck it, I want a lockpick set. She was like, really? I was like, yes. She was like, why? Like, because you never know what's gonna be helpful at the end of the world. And she was like, okay, whatever. I did not think I was gonna get it because she thought it was so crazy.
Mhm.
But then I received a lockpick set, and it's like one of the big ones
Nice.
with like all the tools, and I'm like, we're gonna learn some things.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, it is 2:02, so we'll get started and recap while we wait for Corey to drag his ass over here.
Oh man, that middle of the semester, we're coming up on midterms now,
I
and it's
know.
like, fuck.
Not for me.
Yep.
Midterms don't matter.
Yep.
But what does matter? It's all the papers I have to write. No, I'm leading.
You're not allowed to be sad. Yours isn't due in 2 days.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Mine is due next week, so don't give me that shit.
Shame.
But like,
Oh, the shame.
I made the great error of being like, of having two classes where the professor like gave us options for like when to sign up in the semester to do all the extra stuff beside, you know,
And you
including
signed
the
up
final
on
paper.
the same
I did it like the
week.
same like week and a half period to have all my stuff due, which is this week and a half period. So good job, me. Praise
Pass
C
you.
for Malaby, discussion
Oh.
leading for Stewart, and a 20-page paper for Stewart, and 10-page page paper for Stewart, all due within a 2-week time frame.
Yep.
But then once
Past you was like really into getting everything done.
yes, at least.
Like-
But here's the thing: next week, Thursday, or Friday, whenever I turn in the 20-page paper for Stewart, which I already have at least an organization of, then I'm like free. The only thing left for the whole semester is doing snacks for Thomas's class and doing my final paper for Thomas's class. Everything else is like
you have to do
done.
another pricing.
I love
I've done two. I'll have done
Oh,
two.
you've done two.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did like
right,
the
right.
first one. Remember?
I
Right,
love
'cause I
that the
opted out of
snacks
that
is still
class.
going.
The snacks is forever.
I
The
know.
snacks
Oh,
has
the
been
snack,
forever.
Actually,
I know.
This year we actually signed up for snacks. So snacks are continual instead of the halfway through the semester. Malaby went, you know, we used to do snacks in this class. We should do snacks.
That's how he does it. That's this. Okay, this is how the year goes every year. In the fall, halfway through the semester, he's all like, you know, we used to do snacks. We should do snacks. And then halfway through the semester, snacks start. And then in spring, it's like, yeah, we've always done snacks. We'll just start at the beginning. And then next fall, halfway through the semester, it's going to be, we used to do snacks. And that is how it will be.
Thomas, don't watch this.
No, he knows that
Yeah.
I talk about. But like, he knows.
He knows what
I'm
I
just
talk
joking
about.
around.
I mean, only where he
Do you
can
have a
see
fork
it.
in your...
I do. I have dinner.
What are we
and I
gonna
need a fork.
do without you?
Be sad. I don't know.
Okay, so recap of last week.
Well, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Nope.
I'm Kelly Breivik, a PhD student in the English department at UWM, and I'm the Dungeon Master.
I am Leia Leibzeller, PhD candidate in the Anthropology department at UWM, and I am playing Tolly the Cleric, Death Cleric.
I'm Ibera, codename Willow. Don't believe in introducing myself.
I know.
Did you name it Abera, like Air Bear?
Air Bear with an A at the end. Airbera.
That's what he put on his Malibu table tent. So you can call me Eric or Air Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my name.
That's
Sorry.
what's on his Spotify that I listen to all the time.
Air Bear's dope song playlist.
Speaking of, we need to get
I know.
a D&D Spotify playlist. Anyway.
Oh, I actually
Alright,
have
I'm
3
sorry. A
playlists.
serious play Spotify playlist. Continue on.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know where I'm moving over there. I'm Morgan Forbush. I am an MA master's student in anthropology.
And she's leaving us.
I'm leaving. I have too much stuff going on.
Rip.
I also have a fork.
I also have tears strolling down my face.
So many tears. I also have new glasses.
I also have inspiration.
They are sharp. By the way, I ended up taking eye exams like online yesterday, and they're like, "Oh no, you're fine."
Jesus.
They
I just worried. I was just doing like kind of like a pre-thing to see whether or not I had to go to the doctor.
So what you should do is you should look up eye exercises for seeing far away because you're a graduate student, and the reason why so many graduate students have glasses is because their eyes literally get more work here than they do out there and lose their ability to see out
I
there.
think that's
And like that, so you just need to do the eye exercises now before you need glasses, and you will never need glasses. Whereas I will get LASIK only after my PhD is finished.
I can't get LASIK because I have astigmatism.
You can get LASIK; it's a thing now for astigmatism.
But it isn't permanent.
I mean, nothing is permanent.
It's one of those things where it's like I'm just gonna wear glasses for the rest of my life. I also found out that my eyes are misaligned, so that's why I had to get new glasses. Is that they're vertically misaligned.
Yeah.
And so when I'm reading, the lines kind of overlap, and so I read lines
Yeah.
over and over. And I thought that was completely normal, and they were like, "No, like your eyes just aren't aligned." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's a problem."
Yeah, as
So
a person
what
with
did we do last
astigmatism,
week?
I don't know. What did we do last week? We introduced new characters.
we did.
Yeah, because there was a metaphoric TPK, the game before that. So we've started on a new desert campaign in the same world,
Yeah.
and I'm super excited for it. Last week was crazy.
What happened?
There was a low-level magical necklace that helped him, like this archaeologist, find archaeological treasures that actually opens gaping wounds in people to extra-dimensional spaces. Granted, we did learn this was from a creature, but my character is still convinced that it is in fact a necklace and not some magical creature, so that's why I'm explaining it that way.
Yes. So we banded the party together. We met each other a little bit. We've got the fun-loving market cactus who sells desert vegetation.
The desert cactus will continue onwards. I'm just gonna hand over to Kelly, and eventually, like he'll just be at his market stall, and you'll buy succulents from him.
And while she's not here, we've got Taritha, also known as the noble bitch.
Oh, real though.
Or maybe more like the noble person's bitch.
I love her. She's
yes.
beautiful.
No, she's wonderful,
Yeah.
but she's obviously pretty far up the noble chain of butts.
Noble chain of butts.
But I like the
Isn't
character.
she like a messenger for the noble?
Yeah, it's something like that. But like
I'm not
the
saying.
whole thing of like last week was like she's like, yeah, I know nobles. Yeah, I know nobles. Yeah, I know nobles. Oh yeah, did you know I know nobles? Like
Do my clothes not tell you that I know nobles?
Yes, exactly. Then we've got my character who's just a humble bookstore owner.
Humble. And just a bookstore owner. Totes.
Talks
Not a level 10
She
character
talks
at all.
in her brain to her niece.
You don't know that though.
But we found this out as
Yes.
players that you talk in the brain.
Yes. Well, she's part of a clan of women.
Yeah.
Women who are better than everyone else.
So they're Amazonians.
Sort
Kind
of.
So
Yeah.
they're kind of. They're desert zonians. Dezonians.
Yeah. And
And where did we end up?
We ended up in a theater.
Hanging out, waiting for some portals to close.
Yeah.
And then some guards came came to get the necklace.
And they just
kind
kind of chilled
No.
out.
They came to check out what the fuck commotion was happening
Sure.
because people were dying, Morgan. Like,
Someone just wants to know.
it's Toad's cool. The guards showed up for the necklace. They did not. They showed up because people were dying.
There was only one person who was dying.
I mean, there would have been a lot more people dying if we hadn't happened to be there.
We happened
It's
to
like
be
we're-
there
we're-
because
it's like we're
we
the
were
player
chasing the
characters.
item, though, at least.
Right, yeah. So this
Yeah.
so this necklace got stolen from this archaeologist who is also Willow's friend.
Mhm.
And,
Who's
have
paying you to
friends-
keep it secret, by the way.
No. He never told us that.
I know. But
He told you that,
Yeah.
He
but you
said
never
keep
told us that.
He basically said, "Keep it on the down low. I don't want to register
Yeah,
it."
I
And
think
then
he
we
did say
have-
that when you guys met him, because you guys did all meet him. And I think
We did meet him, but you were the only one that he said... Because he
Yeah.
actually told you not to tell us what the magic item did or that it, like anything about it,
Yeah.
and then you were just like, "Hey guys, here's this magical item we have to go
Alright.
find."
Fair
but
enough.
anyway, so we were gonna go find the necklace. We found out. We went to a bar. We found a person who gave us information to get to the underground. We found out that the necklace had been bought by some fuck giving it to his girlfriend. We got to the theater where that fuck was, and there was the girl dead with a bunch of extra dimensional portals in her skin.
So we fought off the beasts from the portals, and then we waited for the portal to close.
8 hours later.
And now that it is
8
closed,
hours later.
I would
Yep.
like to go talk to Carol.
Yeah.
Did I give that name?
If you haven't given her name, it's Carol now.
I had a list of NPC names for people in the theater, and none of them were Carol.
Well, was it a C name?
One second.
Who are we talking to?
Willow is going to go
Well,
talk
just
to
I'll
the
get
young
Carol.
lady.
Carol's a
who
good
is-
singer's name, so fuck it.
All right.
Her name's Carol
Carol's
now.
a good singer's name. Do you know many
The
singers
girl
who
who
are named
was
Carol?
Yes.
the girl who
I've
like
heard
just the girl who described the events as they occurred to us after the fact.
Mhm.
Willow will
Yes.
go up to this person.
And yeah, so I think at this point, what she's doing, they're just kind of having like a little like circle right now, just kind of like a grieving circle.
I'll put my hand on her shoulder.
Mm.
Hey,
Oh, hello.
I know these are tough times. It's never easy to say goodbye to somebody. But
No, it's really,
you relatively knew this young woman, right?
I mean, yeah, I was her understudy.
You know where she lived, where her parents are?
I could find it, quick if.
Now that the portal's closed and it's relatively safe here, probably best. Would you go find him, bring him here, tell him what happened? It is a solemn duty.
Wouldn't that be like a thing the guards would like?
She was
above
just
table?
about to,
Okay, so-
yeah. Can I get the guards to do that?
Imagine that you're her parents right now. The guards are probably going to wait until tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening to get over there, find out who is where to go, stuff like that. Meanwhile, you'll be able to get there faster so they know what has happened to their little one. And it'll be better coming from you than coming from some nameless guard.
Card goes, I have a name, friend. No, but she'll okay. I'll find out where she lives and tell her parents. And she's pretty shaken, and it's very clear that she doesn't want to do this, but she understands why it would be better if she does it. So she gets to her feet and she walks over towards the box office, probably to find like records and things of that nature.
I'll say
so.
feel free to take someone with you, of course.
This is gonna be really random. But did we
Yeah.
have a post for for Facebook?
I intended
Because I was going to
Mhm.
share it, and it's not there. Anyway, that's
Nothing here says that something has been posted, so I'll post something right now.
What do you
I'll see if something was
do with the
posted on
guards?
Twitter.
Because I mean, they're standing around. Some of them left after a little while to kind of canvas the area.
so.
And
I
make
think
sure-
that at the end of last game, they had come up and been like, "Where's the thing?" And we had the whole thing of like, "It's in the portal." / we have it, and we gave the necklace to them, and then
We did not give the
Taretha.
necklace to them.
I have the
Yeah.
necklace on me.
They said
apparently.
that you had it, and then you were going to give it to the captain there.
right, and then Taretha was gonna escort them
Right.
to
Mhm.
the place where you drop it off. That's where we ended, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, would you want to say anything to the? You all right?
February 26th, 2020 at 1:50. If something was scheduled for that time, it is 2:14. It should be posted.
Is it AM or PM?
PM. So, like, this should just be posted. Why just... Come on, Facebook. Get your fucking head in the game. Okay. I will copy and paste the thing, and I will get it. I will remove the scheduled posting.
Sorry, y'all.
Go ahead.
And stuff.
Do you
Oh no,
talk
it
with
says
the
one
guards
people
anymore,
reached.
or-
That implies that it has been published.
I don't really have any reason to,
Okay.
I think.
So I think
Santa doesn't have any perceived monetary value. He's just like, it's a necklace. Like, I just thought we wanted to keep the necklace.
the one of the guards will approach the two of you. She's fairly tall. What's your passive perceptions?
Very high.
A lot.
Okay.
It's 10 plus what I get per perception.
Yes.
20.
Okay, so she's missing her like natural right eye. It's a very like good fake, but you're able to tell that it's not moving the same way a normal eye would. So you could tell that the right eye is a fake one. And she approaches the two of you, and she goes,
Me and Eric, or
"Now I'm gonna pretend that Eric's currently
Okay,
working
I'm
with
at
Carol."
18. By
So
the
it's
way.
me
Okay.
and it's the two of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I am
and
paying attention, I promise.
she'll go, yes. So are you mercenaries? What are you doing here?
Actually, one of our close associates, a friend of his had something stolen. Hers. I apologize. And we were gonna find that,
Ah,
and it's here.
yes. So what do? You fought off a sphinx all on your own?
I sell succulents.
And she will laugh a little at that.
I never
you?
named the caravan. I don't know what the caravan would be called. I imagine they have like a name that people would know.
Here,
Yeah.
do you want me to do a name generator?
White Claw.
X. I'm a part of X caravan.
Mhm.
Put insert name there.
Mhm.
And
As
I know this one. She asked me to come along.
oh. Yes, I guess well, I'm glad that you were here. And at this point Taratha's like in her hut cuz like she went in the hut and kind of rested
Right.
until the
Yeah.
yeah. She's a feisty one. Are Alcott, do you work with the Alcotts as well?
No.
Oh.
No.
Not a fan of royalty? Or nobility rather.
I have no need to deal with them most of the time. They have other ways of getting through the desert. They don't need us.
Yes,
So
that makes
I
sense.
don't have an opinion.
I get it, yeah.
She has an opinion. And it's very clear that she has an opinion. And that opinion is nobles are worthless sacks of sons of bitches. That was a deception.
I know, that was beautiful.
And that wasn't that one.
I
Those
know.
of you cannot see.
I watched that, I was like, is that a do I care roll?
No.
Can I attempt to know something about the nobles? Because he probably doesn't care.
Yeah, do a history check.
Or, like, he's trying to be like, yes, I know nobles. Nobles are noble. They do stuff. Like, he's trying to, like, to see.
Oh man, that was lovely. First roll of the fucking day is in that one. Fucking
I got a 24.
love.
For deception or history?
For deception.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think that Savo gives, like, the shittiest, like, sort of, like, I know nobles thing, like...
You know, nobles, they make laws, and, you know, they gotta write the laws.
And, like, she just believes that, like, you probably know something, but you're just really bad at describing it. Like...
I mean, you are a cactus.
I am a
Yeah.
cactus. Well, she doesn't know I'm a cactus. Nobody knows I'm a cactus. Until I tell them I'm a cactus.
And then you send Carol, and she grabs one of the friends. Just because I've generated a name, it's Saffron, the friend.
I have to say, I tried to
Yeah.
do a fantasy caravan generator,
Uh-huh.
and so
Yeah, what made you laugh?
business come up. But the first one that got with the dirty rocket,
Fuck no.
No.
and I was like, that's not the name. But that's
Sorry,
just
that's a no from me, dog.
Yeah.
There was other
Christ.
ones, but that was just the first one that popped up. And I was like, that's not the one that is good, but also
I love it.
laugh. Okay.
So yeah, after a while, once everything settles down, another guard comes over, and she taps the other one, the eyeball one, on the shoulder, and she goes, "All right, round them up. We should get going." And the first one will nod, and then she'll go over to Willow, and she'll go, "Yes. Are you ready to go? We have to get the necklace on over to the captain." We have to get the necklace over to the captain.
Oh, so stretch a little. Sit on up. All right.
And then she'll go over and like knock on Taratha's thing, and I'm sure that she's going to be sassy,
What
and we'll
time
just
is it? I've been sitting here waiting on, making sure nothing gets fucked up.
Well, yeah, so it was like 1 when we finished, so it's like 9.
I have to make a call. Be right back. No, I'm not leaving. I'll stay in sight, but I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna cast sending
nice.
to Zola,
Uh-huh.
and I'll say, "Hey, I'm kind of gotten caught up in something.
Count those words.
Hey, I've kind of been caught up in something. Won't be home for a while. Put yourself to bed. I'll wake you when I get home. Love you."
I love
I'm home.
I love it. So you hear back, "Okay. Just don't forget to bring back candy for me. You know, the one I like."
Jesus. Fucking kids.
Love you, bye.
And then I'll rejoin.
Nice. So then I rolled to see how sassy but tasteful Taratha was. And 96. So it was definitely like, just imagine just like a really like solid insult where like it's a little offensive, but it was so clever that you can't really get that mad about it.
To whom?
About
whom?
About the guard that the first guard that starts all of her sentences with yes, and she does not have a real right eye.
Okay.
And so you're led with 4 guards. 4 guards remain by the time the portal closes. One is the Ilgo. You'll know their name at this point. Ilgo is the one that has the glass eye. Rhea is the one that speaks in a very detached manner, and she seems to be sort of second in command of this group. Then there's Nargon, who seems to be the one who is in charge of this particular group. And then Gottfried, who hasn't said all that much. He's just kind of been canvassing and just making sure that things are okay. And they lead you down the city. You go into the kind of like wealthier part of the district. And then you end up in the precinct. This is like the main precinct of the city. There's little police stations here and there, but this is kind of like the central hub. And there's like posters here and there, like from like protesters that are just, you know, it's clearly like a space delegated for it. It's like a very regimented sort of thing. And like there's like ones that say like, you know, charm spells are not consent, ban charm spells, you know, that sort of nature. And you walk in and God, what?
Okay, so the only good caravan name generator I have found is for real caravans.
Uh-huh.
And one of them is Adventure Before Dementia.
Right.
Anyway, that's what I was laughing
It
at.
looks like we have some new field work to do.
Christ.
Continue on with our real
Okay.
lives.
Yeah. I'm just upset because I'm not sure what.
It's a real caravan.
I think that's what you were saying, right? That is a real caravan.
That's a real caravan.
Oh, I thought it was like
Yeah.
a generator for names for
Christ.
caravans.
So it's caravan name suggestions.
I'm just gonna be a DM here. Sorry, Corey. You go into the first area of the precinct, and there's like a little TSA person who has a little like wand thing, and it's a literal wand, but you know it's like the little like metal detector wand sort of thing. And what?
Nothing.
And sorry. And sorry. They go, we're going to have to collect all material components, weapons, spell books, things of that nature. Please deposit it in the trays over here, label it with your names, and we will make sure that it is kept safely until your
Wait,
departure.
Why are we going in?
Because you have to... Taratha refused to give up the necklace. They wanted it, like, hand-delivered to the person to make sure it went to the right place.
Right, so I guess Tali's just gonna, like, stand waiting for y'all. Because she can't actually put down this weapon that she's got.
What is it?
The scythe
Uh-huh.
will not. Like, if she can put it here, but it'll randomly show up back on her. Like, because she's not allowed to leave it.
That's funny.
Don't worry, I'm about to have my own run-in with the TSA too.
Yeah.
So
So she's just gonna like, I can't
So,
really do that, so I'm just gonna wait here for you.
I will.
Put down all of his things.
I am not currently. I do not have any of my items on me, like the ones that we planned the campaign with. But I will. So I will open the bag. There'll be like a book or something and some cash, and then the necklace. And say, you could take the necklace, but that's what I'm here to deliver. So I'm gonna keep that on me. And then I got. You're not gonna take a poor woman's leg, are you?
Like they didn't even like wand you yet. And the person with the wand goes, well, we're not animals.
All right. And I'll walk on through.
Nice. And I'm just gonna pretend that she did wand you for any other weapons, but like it went on your leg, but like that's it. She's not gonna. And then she'll do the same thing to Sabo. Did you actually give up all your weapons?
Gave up my stuff like he has weapons. They're on him.
Yep.
They grow on him.
Yep. And like they would make sure like that you don't have like they would actually like they would look at your book and pull through it just to make sure it's not like a wizard book.
Oh, wizard.
And then same thing with you, they're gonna check your pockets and things like that. And then Taratha has to give up the necklace. Not the necklace, the her wizard book, if she wants to go in. So we will deal with that whenever Corey gets here.
Still know any of your spells that require verbal or just verbal or somatic components though?
True, but then you'll see there like little like 10 rules and regulations, like no magic casting, no weapons, no
Damn,
fighting.
it feels good to be a monk.
I know. No, that's. I kind of made this with the two of you in mind because like I knew that like you would feel comfortable walking in. And one of the guards would go, "You don't want to go in?"
Oh no, I want to go in, but if I put this down and walk away, it will just come back to me. So, and then you're gonna try and kill me because I randomly have a magic weapon on me. I'd rather just avoid that.
Oh, 1 second. And she'll go over and to like behind the booth and just kind of like scribble something down, and she'll tag like if so long as you let her, it's like a big red tag around the scythe. And she'll go, well, we are going to need to escort you if you're going to keep this on you, but if you could put it down. That would be great, and if it shows up again like you say it will, at least it's not a surprise. What?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
She just knows she's gonna get yelled at if she puts this thing down, if she just doesn't want to get yelled at.
By her god.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. If I mean, like, above table, I don't want to split the party, and not above table, I'm like.
Well, the thing is, like, how, like, out of curiosity, so, like, would the god, like, genuinely not understand, like, needing to have access to certain places?
Nope.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
That weapon is how he keeps track of her. So when she doesn't have it, he's like, excuse me. Like,
Where are you?
Yeah.
I was just talking to your father and noticed that.
Right. Like, the neighbor called me and said,
Christ.
you have boys in your house. No,
Yeah, that's how I'm imagining it right now.
Yeah. No, so for above table and for the streamers, my, this cleric is reluctantly a death cleric. She did not choose this way. And Saturn has decided that it is mandatory for her to be a death cleric and has just given her these powers. So she will put the scythe. She looks very uncomfortable, but we'll put everything down.
Mm-hmm. And then how far does she get before it?
50 yards.
I love it. So, yeah. So you walk a little ways, and then is it like Mjolnir type? Is it?
It's more like
disappear
it
in the
just shows up. Like, you don't notice it happen, but all of a sudden it's in her hand, and you know, like, it's just naturally there.
Nice. So Rhea, who was the one that talked to you about that, she, like, after, like, it takes a couple of steps, and she looks, and oh, interesting. And then she just, like, flicks the tag, kind of in a amused way, and she goes, this tag means, approved weapons,
Cool.
things
Great.
that, you can't help but have on you.
Mm-hmm.
We get some warlocks and, people that could create their own weapons, so we know that, not every weapon can be kept at the door, but we try and do what we can to limit it.
I think that it makes sense.
Of course it does. And then she'll lead you into the captain's quarters, and sitting... Oh, let me pull this up. She gives 3 knocks, and then you hear a gruff, "Come in!" And she opens the door, and there is a human middle-aged man sitting at a desk, like, kind of just, like, neck deep in paperwork right now, just scribbling furiously, like, clearly he wanted to be home, like, hours ago, but, like, can't, half because of this particular event, and half because you could tell there's so much that has to get done.
Right.
And when he sees strangers enter, he kind of, like, puts his stuff down, and looks up at y'all. And once...
I'm also missing a D12.
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen? Must be in my backpack somewhere.
And he looks up, and he goes, some of my soldiers said there's a necklace, and one of you wanted to make sure it got into the right hands, so
What do you do?
here's the right hands. And he'll give you a little look, and then he'll relax a little. And, we put it in storage. Make sure that if it's something that shouldn't reach the light of day again, we'll keep it locked away with the other things that should not reach the light of day again.
Well,
Can the owner come pick it up if it's not one of those things?
Oh, there's an owner.
well,
I was told it was stolen.
it was stolen. We were hired.
So you know the owner.
Well, currently you are the owner, obviously. But
I don't have it in my hands.
my question is this.
We were hired to find it.
Mm-hmm.
This item was incidentally part of some other thing that happened today. And whatever happened today,
Quite a bad thing.
yes, I was there. But when that thing happens again, I'm going to be coming back and getting my necklace.
So you're the owner.
Yep.
And he'll start. Can I have your name?
Willow.
Last name?
Do not have one.
What would you be in the city records under? There's always a two-name system.
Willow was Sheena.
And then he'll turn around and he'll start, going through some files. And then he pulls out, like, one of them. And he opens it up and he's looking through it. And, like, he's looking at, like, you could tell, like, it's your, like, assets and, things of that nature. He's, like, the deed to your bookstore.
Taxes.
Pretty much. He goes, there ain't any magical necklaces to your name, ma'am.
It's true I had just recently procured it, and I had not had time to register it yet.
And where did you get it?
I found it in some travels.
So you were hired by someone to reclaim your stolen necklace?
No, they were hired by someone. Me.
Do a deception check.
She did approach us about the job.
That is true.
Deception, that'll be 19.
Okay. He looks, and he goes, I don't believe you all that much.
I don't really care if you believe me. What I do know is that this necklace did not cause today's mayhem. And so,
From what I hear, it
when
did.
the mayhem happens again, and this necklace is safe in your storage, I'm going to come back and get what's mine. And we can register it to me in the proper channels and everything here in the hall. But I would like it back on that day. Is that alright by you?
I'm not quite sure what you mean when this happens again.
Well, while you guys think that you have solved today's little incident by getting this necklace into your storage, unfortunately, because I don't believe it was the necklace, you guys are going to sit on your hands and not figure out what actually happened. And then, when it happens again, then you'll know that it wasn't the necklace. And then we'll have a bigger problem on our hands.
Are you deceiving, or is this like you genuinely believing it?
Definitely genuinely believe this.
Okay.
Because she knows somebody who uses this necklace all the time. This has never happened, right?
Okay.
So, from her perspective, yes, this was an unmarked magical item, but from her perspective, the two incidents were unrelated. Like this is a coincidence, and it's
so do a persuasion check.
all right. That would be a 12. Or 4 plus 4. Or 7 plus 4 is 11. So
Okay. And he'll give a little bit of a laugh, and he goes, "Listen, lady, I admire your tenacity, and I won't say you caught me on a good day, 'cause right now this incident kept me from my family tonight.
kept me from mine too.
Well, it was your mess made by the looks of it. Maybe if we had registered it and had it gone through the proper channels to see what sort of magic it was capable of, we could have avoided this, could have avoided a death."
Like I said, in my line of work, many items go through and out of my hands. It's, I try to register everything, and you'll see that there are some items that are registered. It's not like I'm opposed to the system.
Do a perception check while you
20.
Okay. You see, there's a couple of, there's not a lot of Ashina here, but, you see, he pulled out, all of the Ashina, files.
Mm-hmm.
So you do see, Joanna's, Zola's, and Zinnia's, there as well. And there's, something, there's, a red mark over, the name of Zinnia's file, but, you wouldn't know what that would mean. And it's all good. And then he'll go, it's a serious offense, not registering something of this and having such a tragedy happen because of it. Roll a history check, because I feel like you've always been on the right side of the law in matters like
17.
this. Okay, so you would know that something like this would be a fine that would put you in a really fucking bad position. You would probably have to eat ramen noodles for the next 2 years, pretty much. And if that would just be the fine, if not any sort of jail time or hard community service. So he's not saying it to be upping the threat. He'll go, got a job out in the desert, and if you were all well enough to fight off a sphinx from the looks of it, I'll be able to turn the other way, this once and only once. Waive the fine, so long as we get this through the right channels, get it registered, have the taxes paid, and put it back in your name.
Would this be considered a bribe? Are
No.
you asking us to bribe you to get out of what is like lawful consequence?
No.
So this is
sounds like a
normal
bribe.
practice.
Kelly above table. I thought that like a bribe meant money, not goods and services.
So
Not-
bribes
yeah.
above table,
Yeah.
bribes can be anything. Goods, services, like so, like say like
Mhm.
oh, this is a real. I started talking before I realized how. Yeah, it can be goods and services too. We'll just say that.
I know where you're going, I think. And that's where my...
Sorry.
I was going for cops and hookers, and it was a whole
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
in my brain.
and then
And
I was going in the same direction.
No.
Why don't we think services were like sex work? Duh. Like,
Goods and services.
and
Or it
he'll
could be
go,
like a taxi ride.
Christ. Don't consider this a bribe as much of a situational adjustment.
Above table.
Thomas
No.
Malaby, get out of my D&D game.
Are we
Yeah.
doing some emergent behavior here?
No. I can see that the law in its spirit is being abided here for the most part. And I'm not the kind of person to put someone in a bad place on a technicality. If you were the sort to clearly disregard the law, wouldn't offer this.
This community service. There we go.
And you being a bookstore owner, I think it might be something that's right up your alley.
Well, I don't mind travel, but I can't guarantee that these folks... two things. One, I can't guarantee these folks will care about, going and doing your little quest. This is my little trouble that I found myself in.
You could pay him again.
This is true. But,
Be a lot less than what the fine would be.
yeah. How about this? I'll meet you halfway. I'll do whatever this is. And, but this item, when it comes back into my hands, let's just say, stays off the books.
You mean not registered?
Yes, I mean not registered.
Well, that I am unwilling to do.
Uncomfortable with this. that is what she says.
Well, it's in the desert. I can go pick up some cactuses.
I appreciate your helpful spirit.
Yeah, what are we gonna
Alright.
have if we go?
When it's registered,
That's true.
it ain't registered in consult with the events that happened today.
I could do that.
All right. I'm not gonna shake his hand, but I'm not saying that I'm
Uh-huh.
not gonna shake his hand. I'm just not gonna shake his hand.
Yeah. I mean, he does reach his hand out to shake.
Yeah, what is on the table for the three of us?
Oh, what is your friend willing to pay?
That's not my concern. You are asking all of us. You are not just asking her. You said you folks. As in you are asking all four of us. She obviously has something to gain. We do not.
Yes, from whatever she will pay. What will you pay them?
Well, Peyton, it's not really of your concern.
Well, all right. It is slightly. It's a job that I want to make sure it gets done.
Listen,
So,
What's the job? Let's start
listen,
there.
I go out there with just me and my lonely hands.
you will die.
I'll get the job done. Now, what is the job?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's gonna do that and then let him tell us what the job is.
Okay. There's a library, mostly buried in sand. We've been trying to recover some of the books there, some forgotten lore, knowledge that we might be able to gain.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it seems to be guarded by evil spirits, ancient ones, things that are a little bit above most of the pay grades of the people I command. So this is a work for hired help. Things that he looks at you and then remembers, oh yeah, we take your weapons at the door. Sorry, I thought that I was amused by my own joke. But yeah, if you were able to just come off the streets ready to fight a sphinx, I think with a little bit of prep, you'll be ready to go out in the desert and free up that library. And feel free to read anything you'd like.
Up, you mean just take care of the spirits?
Yeah. You can't take the books, but you're more than welcome to read them.
Do you understand how spirits work?
No, actually, I don't.
All right, let me give you the down low. You can't just remove spirits from a place. Or at least you can't guarantee that you remove spirits from a place, because spirits like to hide. So we can kill whatever's attacking us, whatever we find. That doesn't guarantee that all the spirits are gone. So then you send your, dainty librarians in there. We can't guarantee, no matter how long we spend there punching ghosts, that.
Have you ever met librarians?
I think he's a librarian.
She.
I mean, I'm a bookstore owner, and my sister was a librarian, so yes.
So you know they're not dainty, right?
Yes, some are.
Questions. I have just a question about why we're even doing this. But sure, fine. Once you ask a favor of the Wayfinders, however, you owe them a favor. And that is all she will say.
So these spirits, you say they can't ever be cleared out, but...
I didn't say they can't ever be cleared out.
Well, then how do you clear them out for good?
I said you can't guarantee that you've cleared them out. Can I make a history check to see what I know exactly about spirits? Mm-hmm. And this is a rare instance where I'll ask for advantage because of my dreams.
Okay.
That's 24.
Yeah,
Nice.
there are some spirits that are tied to specific things, like maybe you have to destroy the item that it's tied to, or maybe there's a magical item that they created, like a phylactery, or maybe there's a piece of like an organic thing of what they used to be, so it could be like a body part. So most of the things that you've seen around here, at least, seem to be tied to some sort of material thing that has to be destroyed. Not so much that they're hiding, but they're able to regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, so we can try to find... So I say all that.
Well, I'm going to have to sleep on it a little. This seems to be a little bit more entailed than I anticipated. How about we meet again in the morning? All of us. Your face. Your face.
Where's the library?
It's I'll give a map, but it's about a 2 days journey each way.
How about this? I'll call you tomorrow morning. You'll hear me. And you can just respond with a yes or no.
Okay.
Alright. Remember, if this happens again, necklace is mine.
Nice.
I think the necklace should be yours no matter what.
Are you saying this in character?
Yes.
Okay.
They will check the magic, and if the magic is not bad or whatever, it should be registered to you.
I don't disagree with that assessment, friend. But I figure that even if they can't find what they're looking for, they will either make it up, or they'll say, well, it was using the connection of this thing, we can't give it up.
That's why you put it in the...
Are you saying this in front of him, or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking corrupt. I don't give
Super
a fuck
corrupt.
what he thinks about what he does.
Yep.
Like, she's been sitting here waiting for Saturn's mark on this guy for like 10 minutes.
Christ. I wasn't even
I
trying
would
to
be
make him
fine with
funny.
registering it and all the stuff. I don't like this guy. It's that's why I wanted it to keep off the books. Yeah, that's why I asked, because I was like...
That's funny, because I was just trying to make him someone who's sympathetic to minor infractions, and now you're like, no, this guy's super corrupt because...
It's
you did set it up as this is a massive infraction.
Well, it the thing itself is a massive infraction, but the spirit of it is when someone blatantly knows the thing and goes out of the way.
I get that he thinks he's doing us a favor.
Right.
Yeah.
But the way that it appears to me is wow, I'm quite lucky that today I happen to run into some people who are good fighters, and I have strings that I can pull on them to try to make them to do this dangerous thing, like out in the middle of the desert, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how it feels. Like I know that maybe it's supposed to feel like he's sympathetic, like, hey, I can just have you do this job and we'll forget about all this, but it feels like no, like I have your string and you didn't register this. Let me just pull this as hard as I can until you do what I want you to do.
Yeah, which is why she was like I feel like that's like, you know, like you owe wayfinders, and if you don't pay up, like they will fuck you. Like this is a real thing. Like if they come to ask you for a favor and you like they don't like give back because they have asked for this favor, then they have not paid their debts and are like liable to just be like destroyed.
That's funny. Yeah, no, that's just me being now I'm changing the alignment of this guy. I have to find, because I actually wanted this guy to be kind of like the guy that you could, the guy in the law
like
that
a
you could
neutral good guy.
Yeah.
Out of the law.
Like our contact.
Oh man, like
no, not with
little
this
bit-
introduction. No.
I'm just gonna create a new one now.
No,
glass eye lady.
like Willow has no problem really with authority, like at all. But this guy doesn't rub her the right way, and she comes from like an insular clan, so she's like used to like clan authority or whatever.
Right.
Like
I mean,
like,
ditto.
Yeah, but like legal authority holds less of like a special place in her conceptualization of the world.
Yeah, and like for Tali, this is like you are like. As a person of the law, you are skirting that law for your own gains, and that like.
I mean, it's not his personal gain. Like this is like
But
maybe
then
I did
he gets it done. He gets to put his name on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
And
he
we
can
were
run for
like
sheriff instead of
Just because it's not material gain for him doesn't mean it's not. It's
Social
not,
capital.
Yeah,
gain.
it's social capital. Yeah.
Okay, Bordeaux. No, okay.
Hey, you're the one that started this going all dish or toe on us.
Excuse me, I went Sally Falkmore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
All
no.
right. So I'm ready to check out. I don't know. We've got the details on the location, and we have the general gist of what we want to do. Punch ghosts.
Yep. And
That's monks. My
I will stab
key
ghosts.
empowered strikes.
I will
Level 6.
somehow-
Your punches count as punching ghosts.
yeah. He'll give you the general area, doesn't give you the exact details and things of that nature. He says that like, well, I have your address. I'll just send an owl with the map if we come to an agreement.
All right. So I will sending him in the morning and just say yes or no. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sounds good.
We good to go?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we're on the way out now.
Okay.
I think.
So I mean, you don't have to collect anything. You have to collect your
I mean,
weapons.
I do because I had
Oh,
shields.
yeah, your
I had
other
other
stuff, yeah.
stuff that I
Okay.
would have put down, but she literally just can't.
Those of you who are relatively perceptive, which is definitely you two,
Yes.
once you hear the comment, you wouldn't take a poor lady's leg, you probably would have passively perceived that her left foot hits a little heavier on the floor than her right foot.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I then assumed you were one-legged, which actually makes sense.
Fair enough. I don't know why that makes sense. Like that is her
Because she spent a lot of time in the desert, and when you're in the desert, bad shit happens. Like the
Okay.
number of people that are just
I just didn't
lost
know if you-
limbs
yeah.
are like
I just
most
wasn't
of
sure
her
if you were
tribe.
saying that like Willow was just predisposed to losing limbs.
No,
like,
it is more like she's
she's got a personality to lose
Did
legs.
someone in your family lose a leg?
No,
you might
Tali-
be genetically predisposed to losing limbs.
Holly knows
Contact.
that Willow is an adventurous person and like
Yeah.
didn't stop adventuring after she knew her 10 years ago, and so assumes that you got it in some epic, like got it taken in some epic battles.
It was after you knew her.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So yeah, do you what do you say as you all kind of part ways?
Well, I mean, you guys are walking with me back to Thurgood's, right?
No.
Well,
I mean, I
he's gonna
could.
be paying you if you come with me, so.
Will he?
We
Well.
didn't get the necklace.
Yeah, he's got bigger problems.
Okay.
I mean, I can go alone. I
I'll
can
go with
lay
you.
into him all I like without you there.
Sure.
Maybe I'll be a little more cordial with
Did
company.
he say find or bring back?
He wanted us to bring back, I'm pretty sure. He uses it for work, So typically,
And he didn't register it. Seems like.
yeah. I'm just covering for him for now. But
Awful nice of you.
But if you guys are interested in going to the library, I got two things. One, Taritha, there are a lot of books there. And yes, they said don't take the books. But how are we gonna get? They don't have a fucking catalog of the books.
Just talking to empty spaces.
Yeah.
So I made a very persuasive argument. 11.
Oh, yeah.
10 actually. I keep thinking it's
24.
Yeah.
yes, Taritha's convinced.
Booty boop, bada boop, ah.
Well, I think we'll let Corey decide that when he
Yes,
gets back.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But for you two, I'm sure that Thurgood would pay good money to help out. And, old library in the sands, maybe there's something in it for you. I don't know, but you'd have to determine that for yourself. I won't make you come. Not that I could.
Or you could try. Be bad for your health, but you could try.
Yep.
But yes, I'll come with you to Thurgood's.
I will meet you at Thurgood's. I have to go pick up something.
Alright. Seem like a quick fella. Alright.
He's got bonus action
He's
dash.
got a bonus action dash.
So, we'll head over to Thurgood's.
Okay. It's fairly late, but not so late that it would be rude to wake him up. Like it's
He's
probably.
an archaeologist. Archaeologists don't sleep.
And he's waiting for us to get back.
I know, but what I'm saying, it's not like midnight, 1 in the morning. It's probably closer to 11 by the time you get to his house.
Oh, I wanted to have conflict with Taritha, but we'll just
I know.
retroactively do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know. Corey's like, oh, I'll be a little late. I'm like, oh man, I really hope his observation's going well right now. But yeah, so
On the way there, I'm going to stop at the stall and grab the succulent
yep.
for.
I had a feeling that was it.
And I'm going to cast Druid Craft on it so it dances.
I love it. That's beautiful. It's like those little dancing flowers in the.
It's just kind of like.
That's awesome.
I can. Why wouldn't I?
Yep. So yeah, you get to Thurgood's at around 11. I don't know what your situation is with the bookstore, but like he also has it's like a 2-story thing where there's like the operations below and then he sleeps in the apartment above. And like the side entrance to go in, and there's there's like a lock on it, but I think that you would have the key to because you're good enough friends to at least get to the upstairs part to knock on the inside door, which would have a separate key, but at least you have the friend key to get in.
I'll do that.
And then you open the door, and he's usually at this point of night he would be in his pajamas, but he is dressed in his day clothes, probably not his work clothes, but at least something more presentable. And he goes, "Oh, come in." And he'll rush you in, and where's the other?
I'm gonna go into his kitchen and start making tea.
Nice.
Yeah, Tali just has her arms crossed, looking very glum.
Are you okay?
We're fine.
Am I reading the room wrong? But it seems that things are not quite good.
Someone died.
Hand you the succulent.
Yeah.
This is cute.
And he looks genuinely he's not cry
bag, I
upset,
guess.
but he definitely
It'll
looks
dance for
embarrassed and guilty. Is it because of me?
No, I say from the kitchen.
There is a possibility that it was, in fact, the necklace. What does the necklace actually do?
Yeah, I had him just do kind of a will check. Rolled a 3. He's just
rolled a
ready.
3.
Yeah. I love this die for NPCs for failing their fucking checks. Well, I would use it to project my soul into another place, and I would talk to old souls and ask them their stories, see if they left anything behind that would be of historical value, and I would go out and find them.
What else does it do?
That's it. I would show you if I had it. Do you have it?
I did.
And then what happened?
Now it's in the government vaults.
But it's under my name,
Oh,
and
man.
we'll get it back. I come back into the room,
Mm-hmm.
and
With tea.
with tea for us four.
Yeah. Y'all.
Oh.
No, we
Holly like breaks out some like alcohol and just whoop.
Nice. I dig
I
it.
think it was a coincidence, but there was some sort of portal made out of the body of the person who was wearing this when we found them. And they were unfortunately unable to make it. We easily dispatched what came out. I would say easily. I didn't take any damage. I don't know if you guys.
I didn't take any
I don't think
damage.
anyone in the party
I
took
just
damage.
I
shit
have
on
no
my
eraser
encounter, guys.
things
It's okay.
on my stuff, so I did not take any damage.
Yeah.
So,
Shot,
so I think it
damaged.
would be fair to say
Vanquished.
easy enough if
Yeah.
not a single blow landed on any member of the party.
Nope.
But yeah, so they're cataloging it, looking at it closely. If it's harmless, like you say, then I should have it back soon enough. If not, looks like we're heading into the desert to do a job to register it or something like that.
Okay. I'll give you the money to pay the tax. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that was a given.
Yeah.
Also,
And
you're
then-
gonna pay these fine folk.
Yes, of course. And he'll rush into another room and he'll close and lock it. Like he trusts you, but not these fuckers.
Yeah, for sure.
So
If he would have just left the door open, she would have made a mental note to tell everyone else he's a mark.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And he'll come back with 4
3.
bags. Oh, why not you?
I'm not getting paid.
He would pay you.
No, it's a favor. You don't pay friends for favors. Social capital.
Christ.
I mean, for real though.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
I don't have to
Fellows
say
his
that. He
knees.
would know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he'll give each of these 3 100 gold pieces as promised.
Broke even.
And sorry, that's funny. So what's with this stint in the desert?
Well, we're gonna go to the library, clear out some ghosts.
Oh, did you talk to the ghost?
You're going to pay all 3 of these folk for that adventure as well. I think 400 apiece sounds about reasonable, eh?
That's a lot. What's going on with this?
How much is the tax? How much is the fine for having an artifact not registered?
Oof.
Because is it less than 1,500 gold coins?
It'd be 1,200. 444.
Yeah.
Well, plus the 100 that he paid us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that one was already given up. But go ahead.
Full-
Go ahead. Sorry.
1,200.
Well, yeah, you are right. You don't even have to roll for
'Cause
that.
it's,
Like that's
Because it's under my name, so you're obviously paying it if I have to pay it.
that's true. All right.
But you're clean of this.
And so yeah, you said 400 apiece.
If it's okay with my compatriots.
Sounds about right.
Well, I guess it's my own doing. So 400 apiece. Thank you, genuinely, all of you. I appreciate it.
So do you know about this library in the desert? You said you used the thing to talk to old spirits. Apparently it's got a lot of spirits.
Can you describe where it is? I mean, I speak to them on the daily.
We
For,
describe it.
You got a map?
Nope, we don't have that yet.
Oh, I have a map. I don't have a map.
I don't know. I'm sorry. There's so many buried libraries. That's, I would hate to give you information on one and mistake it for another. So,
So many?
yeah. I mean, oh, right. You.
4. I can't imagine there's
And,
that many buried libraries in the desert.
He'll actually go. Oh, right. I was going through your calamity section, and you found that they were out of date. So you might want to update your books on that because there's a lot more about the.
I get one more
Ancient-
books today. All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of new scholarship talking about prehistoric life. Sort of solidifying the speculations that we've been making for years. It's actually quite interesting. You might want to look more into that.
All right.
Who knows, maybe you
got
might
a
even-
title?
Title for what?
The book? or books?
No, give the DM some time.
No, you
Yeah.
can
Just
just
get
say
some
he gives you
prehistoric
the. You can your
ISBNs.
DM. You
Yeah,
can just
I
say
know.
he gives you the titles.
Okay, yeah, he gives you some
Alright.
titles, but it takes him a
Marked in my
while.
notebook.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll stop by on my way out of town.
Mm.
You know the deal. Referencing Zola.
Mm.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'll breakfast, lunch, dinner. Make sure.
She can handle breakfast.
How old is your niece?
13.
13? Okay.
No,
Is he-
Willow is saying this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if
He-
she can or can't.
Yeah.
Willow believes it.
Yeah, he goes.
Yeah.
It might be Pop Tarts, but it's still breakfast.
You keep clipping their wings, bird'll never fly.
It's true.
And yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
All right.
Well, 13's like 8th grade.
Hmm.
I
Do,
was
like,
making breakfast at that
French
point. I'd
toast.
Wake up too late.
That's like French
I mean,
toast
yeah,
age.
but like I could make breakfast. At
Oh, yeah, I
that.
could
Even
make,
if
like,
I
eggs
didn't
and
make
stuff.
breakfast before noon, I could make breakfast.
Yeah, I can make breakfast.
I mean, I was babysitting regularly at 13.
I didn't
Mhm.
babysit. But I would make like pancakes and stuff.
All right. So I'm heading home. I had a couple things I need to do at home.
Mm.
You have to
I'll
find a
say
spot for your cactus.
Meet back at
Yep.
my place at Have you guys been to the bookstore?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I read a lot
Oh,
of
she
yeah.
would know
I
that
don't think you
there
were
is
there
a
today,
bookstore.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
She would know that there is a book. Like she would know of the name probably because
Someone goes to your
they're all in the
bookstore to
same
read
part of
folktales.
town.
All right.
Trying to find cactus folktales.
My place tomorrow at like 9 or 10.
Sure.
All right. Then we'll get off on a good foot. Thank you for helping me out today. I do appreciate it. And if you need anything, I'm always here to listen. All right. Well, I have to walk back with Taretha
Yeah.
because we were staying in the same place.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I sure
Um,
hope Corey's okay, but we'll
I'm
see.
sure he's fine.
Yeah.
What is this observation?
So
Mm.
I have a night routine I wanted to go through, but I'll let you, if you guys want to do anything that night.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go back to the inn and like chill and help them like, you know, have a few beers, kick back, and then also help them close. before
Nice.
I go to bed.
What does Sabo do?
Where's Sabo live? He has a market stall. Maybe he has an in room at Cactus Pete's.
I like it. Yo. Yo.
So he goes back to
And the
his
thing
inn
is, like,
friend.
I want to say that, like, you're almost like a mascot in a way. So, like, you just get, like, a free room by just being, like, the mysterious cactus. You know what I'm saying?
Mysterious cactus.
Like you're almost a tourist attraction there.
Great.
Oh.
All right, so I will return to the bookstore. I will first of all I will go to the slate that says our hours, and I
Mhm.
will say updated hours, and it will be 4 to 7 in the evening, which is busiest time, but
Mhm.
no, the rest of the day it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just put updated hours, you know, please be patient or whatever, like, you know,
Yeah.
normal schedule will resume shortly. And I will check to see if dinner had been made
Mm-hmm.
for, if Zola made herself dinner.
Let's
And
see.
you know, check to see if she left any dirty dishes behind or anything, or if are things clean, etc.,
Oof.
etc.
God, that's rough.
Is that a no?
It's a 1.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say like so I'll let what would be more likely for Zola to do? Either make herself like just kind of like the most half-assed like dinner, or to make herself something but to leave dirty dishes out.
The first one.
Okay.
Like she just ate like some crackers or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, I will cook a meal.
Mhm.
Just like some, you know, like I don't know, like sausages and
Mhm.
eggs and shit like that.
Nice.
Whatever. All right, I'll cook a meal. I'll do the dishes, and then I'll head on up to our shared room.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't knock. I just open the door.
Yeah.
And is she sleeping? I'm assuming.
Your passive perception. I just kind of rolled a stealth check for her. You smell like the like a faint whiff of smoke, like if like a lantern like recently got snuffed out. And she's like laying in bed, and it's like she's faking sleeping right now.
You're a big girl. You should be eating full meals, and I'll put the plate in front of on the table next to her bed, and then I'll sit down with my plate and start eating.
And she'll like give like a fake like stretch as if she was just getting like woken up, like, oh man, you woke me up. And like I'm just gonna say, like, with your passive perception, because she rolled a bad stealth check, like there's like a couple books that she was like hiding under her pillow, so she really was just like up too late reading.
That's so cute.
Yep. And she'll pick it up and she'll just start eating, and she'll go,
How's your day?
it was okay. Made a few good sales. I got some add-ons. Sold a few bookmarks. It was good. Did you get the candy?
Willow. What would Willow do? One sec, because Eric forgot. But would Willow forget?
I mean, there's a real scenario where Taritha and you were just talking on the way home, and you like passed the candy store, but like forgot.
I don't think Willow would forget. She's got such a higher wisdom than me. I was talking to my wife yesterday about how my wisdom is low and I forget things all the time. But Willow is a +4, so Willow would not forget. So
okay,
I will give her a caramel candy. A caramel candy's on the plate.
Okay, cool. Thanks. So, what was the big hubbub today?
Oh, I was just out running an errand for Thurgood. Didn't go too well.
Why?
Things just got hairy.
Like, bear hairy?
Or like, running around with the wrong crowd kind of hairy. Something your mom never did.
Is that a good thing that my mom never did it, or a bad thing?
Maybe more of a don't be like me.
Hey now.
Well,
good
do as
do
as I say, not as I do.
Does this mean I don't have to do push-ups in the morning no more?
No, you still gotta do push-ups in the morning.
How about running?
And
Can I stop
sit-ups.
that too?
No, we're gonna keep doing all that.
Well, then why do that if you don't want me to be like you?
Your mom did all that too.
Did she now?
Yeah.
Starting to think you might just be saying that to keep me running for no reason.
You got a lot of your mom in you. It's a good thing. But I'm gonna be heading out for a couple days. Got some debts to settle in the desert.
Is that part of the hairy bit?
Part of the hairy bit, indeed. These things, they're like a rock rolling down a hill. They just keep gaining steam. So you try to keep them up on the top of the hill as long as you can. But eventually, something pulls them back down.
So, I guess I'm running shop for a little while.
Yep. Hours are extended. Hours are updated.
Normally it's 12 hours a day. Now it's 15 because I'm leaving. You have to do stuff.
Congratulations.
You just gotta work
the work that I didn't want to do.
You just gotta work the busy times. 4 to 7.
Okay.
But otherwise, Thurgood will check on you. I told him not to check in on breakfast, so actually make yourself food when I'm gone, okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just really wanted to read.
Yeah. Well, you have plenty of time with the shop being closed a little bit longer.
Yeah.
All right.
When's the next order coming in?
Well, I'll rip out a page of the stupid fucking books that everyone has been telling me to buy all day, and I'll say, order these.
I've been telling you to order these for weeks. What?
Alright, well, here. Add 5 books.
Why the change of heart?
Add 5 books you want to read to the list.
Is this coming out of my non-existent paycheck?
No, they'll get sold to somebody, but you'll read them first.
Are these going to be sold as new?
Yeah. And they're gonna be better than you after you get done reading them, right?
That's true. You gotta breaking the spine just a little.
No, you gotta read with like the book open.
You're not
only a
here. No.
little bit.
All right.
All right.
So then I'll take the dishes and
Mhm.
go downstairs. Then the lights will be off, and when I get back, I'll sit down at kind of the edge of the bed,
Mm.
just kind of look. I mean, she's like pretend she's sleeping or whatever, and I'll just be like,
Is this where you break out the?
no, and I'll give her a hug,
Mhm.
and I'll give her a kiss on the cheek. Be safe out there.
You're the one going out.
Yeah, but I saw some things today. Reminded me of a future I don't want for you.
Now you're being weird, but okay.
Teenagers, Jesus.
And like she's not being like shitty about it, you know. She's just like, you know, yo. And let's see. She like sees that like you're upset, and she'll go, fine, I guess, and then gives you a hug. Like not because she like necessarily wants to hug right now, but she like knows that you need it.
I mean,
so.
we don't hug very much.
Yeah.
This is like a once a year kind of thing.
Mhm. Right.
Twice now, once on Christmas, don't you know?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, it's not going to tell her that she saw a dead girl
Yeah.
the day that reminded her of her own. So,
Mhm.
all right, then I'll go to bed.
Yep. And she'll stay up just to finish like the chapter, then close the book and go to sleep. So y'all meet in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess since you forced my hand, Kelly.
What?
Well, I wasn't gonna get the weapons out for a while.
Sorry.
But if we're gonna have to go on like an adventure with fucking ghosts, I guess I'll have to get out my stuff. So,
Yeah.
wait, what if we do the fine steed as like part of the leg instead of cowboy boots? Like she can wear cowboy boots, but what if the magic is like tied to the leg?
Sure.
All right.
Now you're gonna lose your leg. No, I'm kidding.
You like knock on the leg and the steed appears.
Come here, friend. Just.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, so Tali's gonna show up at like 7
Okay.
with breakfast.
All right. We'll eat it.
From the tavern because she is just like ready to get out of the
Ready
city.
To go. You said 9 or 10, or did you say 8 or 9?
9 or 10.
9 or 10.
And I'm showing up at 7. But with food, so it's okay.
Saba will get there about 9:57.
She's got like a magic hot plate from the store.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got like eggs and cinnamon buns and stuff. And it's just like wafting. She'll like, if she can get in, it's just gonna like waft through the house. Like, that's what it is.
Oh, why did you say waft and not like waft?
Whatever.
I
say waft. She says waft.
Tali's like, I waft it through.
Now you just sound like one of the guys from Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Like
Mowag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
smart. Eric never wrote down his magic items anywhere. So now,
It's cool. I have them in chat with Kelly.
at least I named my sword.
Mm.
Is
Yeah.
it named Jeff?
No, it's named Undoing.
Yeah. I mean, I got Center
Sorry.
Sight and Guardian.
I mean, I think nothing will be like my favorite name is the Oh No You Don't Axe. Like,
Well,
just
that wasn't the actual name, but yeah.
But that's what I called it in
Yeah.
my head.
That's the above table name. Because every weapon has the in-game name and then also has the above table name.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're not.
Alex, on the Friday crew, I gave him the too legit to crit sword.
Yeah.
So anytime he crit fails or crit succeeds, he has to re-roll, but there's like a certain like benefit to re-rolling the crit succeed, so. But anyway. One second.
Oh, yeah,
Let's see.
yeah.
I got
So,
a message
yeah.
from Corey. He's
Plus
on
2
his
weapon.
way. Woohoo!
+2 weapon, cast Dispel Magic once a day. Okay.
All right. So 5 minutes of mandatory roleplay. We're gonna pretend Taritha was sleeping in. So
Yeah.
what do you talk about?
I mean, I guess the question is, can I get in the door? Because she didn't fully think through. She has
Oh.
way more wisdom.
I have a high enough. Are you gonna knock?
Yeah, if the door's not open, she'll not.
Yeah. I mean, we're up,
Okay.
so shop's not open because of the new
Yeah.
hours. But if you knock, yeah, I get you.
Cool.
And then you're here, so.
Because I do not have message unless I would have sent it.
Mm-hmm. So what do y'all talk about? I'll give the details of the thing once Corey's here, so I don't have to repeat myself. But
Saul brings another succulent because it's the only thing he has to offer.
nice.
Yeah, so is this like, what time is it? Are you here?
Let's, for the sake and convenience, say that he kind of wanders in and he doesn't quite realize. He doesn't really have a concept of time. He just kind of shows up. He's like, it's morning time. It's probably I should show up. So I could probably show up like 8-ish. Like a little bit after you, but still like,
Mm-hmm.
are we supposed to be leaving? He's like, no, you have like 2 hours. It's like 8. I'm like, oh, okay. Like he's pretty much like,
Mm-hmm.
he's just living his life.
Nice.
I don't know.
Oh, looks like there's an indent. Is there an indent? Oh, there's
She's
not, but it
enjoying her
looks like-
cinnamon.
Oh yeah, I'll send a message to
Uh-huh.
the guy.
Uh-huh.
Yes or no.
I mean, that's his old voice. I mean, it was a yes for me. Yesterday, I thought I was waiting on you to say yes.
We were waiting on him. He said give
Oh, yeah.
me till the morning. I'm like,
Yeah.
That was me being an idiot.
okay.
Yeah. No,
Or it might just be him being an
Great.
idiot.
Now we gotta
No.
deal with somebody who's even dumber than we thought.
Nope, that's
but-
just me being a dumb DM. He'll give a I'll send over the owl. And
Cool. When he brings the owl, I'm going to attach a little scroll that
Uh-huh.
just says "Favor owed to Wayfinders," and that's it. So that he has the piece of paper.
okay. He does not confirm receipt.
That's fine. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
He doesn't sign for on.
The receipt is confirmed on our end. It's already done.
Uh-huh.
He cannot be like, it is up to her to get you to do this thing that I've asked you to do. This is not. I'm sorry. If you're
That's
going to
what
be a
he's
corrupt
doing.
politician,
That's what he's doing.
that's fine. Just in the
Huh.
future, it's going to come back to bite him in the ass.
Okay.
This is more to put it out on the table
Uh-huh.
that he has received this, and if Kelly wants to do something with that, that would be fucking hilarious.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Um,
So then you get you'll get a map, you'll get a couple of supplies, like he gives, like there's some rations, a water skin that you could fill up, and, like some sun hats, like you, caravan person would know that, like, these sun hats suck. Like, they definitely gave, like, this shitty, like, the old shitty backstock, of, like, military issue type stuff, like.
Do you have a sun hat? I assume you have one.
I have a cowboy hat, baby.
That's fine. Just don't use this one, because it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't need a sign.
That's why I didn't
we
ask
said
you.
3 items, right?
Yeah.
Just, can you help me? What was number 3? I got the leg,
Yeah.
someone's fine steed, the sword. What the fuck was number 3? I have, like, no clue in my mind right now.
And we talk way too much on that to find it.
So you don't know off the top of your
No.
head? Oh, fuck.
Know your items.
Listen,
I know.
I totally agree. I have normally been very good about this.
I know you
I'm
are.
sorry.
No. I'm just being a jerk, so don't worry about it. Let's think.
Problem is a sandwich between you talking about a paper, like, so it's like
Yo. So Zola will go up to you two and want to buy a book. Shop's not open, but consider it a private shopping spree.
No.
You sure? You look like someone who wants a book.
I actually don't really like to read,
Got picture books,
but I can go and just see things.
but can you see things from Gio from here?
No, but I've been to Gio.
What about Taizhou?
Yeah, it's a cool city.
I know, I hear it's great this time of year.
Oh, bracers of defense.
There you go.
So like
Yo,
so I got the
yo.
cloth wraps. Yeah, that was what I was already wearing. So, oh, and I didn't take those off yesterday when we went into the thing. Whoops.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Or maybe Valencia. You want to buy a book about fiction book about Valencia?
No.
That's fine. You'll want to buy a book eventually.
No.
How about you?
I believe I already read all your folk tale books.
Well, we got other books.
I only like to read about the folk tale ones.
Now you gotta broaden your horizons.
Do we?
I have a very broad horizon.
Well, why do your friends not like to read?
Well, not everyone likes to read.
That's their own fault. It's
I
bad
just
for
go do
business.
things.
No.
So you can read about it in a book, or you can go do it. Like, I can read about this Cinnabon in a book and how to make it, or I can just eat it.
Wow.
There-
Or if you want to go out
You
in the
could be-
desert, you go out in the desert.
There are enough people in the world that read books that we're gonna be just fine.
Fine.
Just because the people I go out in the desert with don't read or don't want to read today, that's fine. We're gonna be traveling, so.
Do you like to read about the desert?
No. I like to read about magic.
Well, how about this? Give a succulent, like, poke it, it dances.
Assuming we leave before I get back from the bathroom, I'll just put my hand on Zola's shoulder and I'll mind like say, be good.
Cool. Who wants to catch Corey up on what's going on?
Hi. You missed some. You missed some corrupt politicianing.
We went to the captain's office.
Dope.
And then he was like, hey, why isn't this registered? And Willow was like, well, hasn't been any harm. And it wasn't any harm in this previous one. And the captain was like, well, we still have to take it. And Willow was like, it's fine. But the captain was like, hey, this is your first offense. So instead of paying this large fine, there's a
Willow
library.
pretended it was hers.
Willow pretended it was hers. Inherent assumption. So the captain was like, this is your first offense. So why don't, instead of having to pay this large fine that you can't pay, go out in the desert to this insert random library buried in the sand here and fight off some spirits.
Fun.
Yeah, but you're getting paid at least.
You're getting paid $400.
I imagine I was not here for any of this.
No, you weren't.
No, you were.
Oh.
We just had to carry on as if I rolled a percentage.
None of it really was inherently unlawful.
It was very unlawful. It was the most unlawful shit in the world.
Inherently.
No, it was inherently unlawful. This fucking government official is like, I'll just let this slide if you do me this favor, though, brah. God.
He's
I
getting
had
that
to play
social
you. I had to play you
capital.
and be like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Well, you'll at least have some information to give the Alcott family.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
Yeah. So now they
They
are
would have
just.
had to confiscate your wizard books, so you might have been like,
No, not confiscate. It's like the TSA, leave it here and come back and get it, which you did.
we assumed.
Yeah.
I assumed it would be cool because you're lawful.
Yep.
And also because you deal with the government on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
standard procedure. Like checking the briefcase.
Yep.
Yeah, then they tried to take the scythe, and that was hilarious because it just showed back up. She was like, I can either wait out here, or it'll just show back up. It's your choice.
So what do y'all do to prep for some sweet, sweet desert shenanigans?
We're eating breakfast right now.
We're eating breakfast right
I don't know. I'm preparing a spell list.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go
Some
buy
nasty shit.
some food and water.
You would have gotten enough rations for a week's journey.
From whom?
The guy.
Mhm.
The owl can carry a
Yep.
week's
It's
worth
magic.
of water.
It's a strong
It's a bag
owl.
of holding on an owl.
It's a strong
you got a
owl.
bag of holding with it?
Nope.
No. It's attached
I'm just
to it.
saying
You can't
a
take it
week's
off.
worth of water for 4 people.
No, not a week's worth of water. You got water skins and a week's worth of food, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
But it's also fine, because, like, I can do that.
I know you can,
Also,
and
I don't know
out
what
of
water-
character. But does Willow know that you can just create water out of Will?
I mean, she looks like... She's blue. So, yes. With the amount that you have read... With the amount that you have read...
Fine. Well, I
feel like
still
you
would.
would know.
She would try. She doesn't. All right, here's what I'm gonna say. Willow will prepare at least enough water for her and one other person for a week's journey.
I don't need.
Tara, that's fine.
Yeah, but no, Willow's doing this not
It's
because
fine.
not because she doesn't trust that you can or can't create
No, yeah.
water, but because you die. We're 4 days away from like
No.
civilization, and without water, Willow is that kind of person who would think, well, if that person who makes
100%.
water dies, we're fucked.
100%.
So probably
I know
should
where
have
we're
some
at.
water.
100%.
What?
Does my character know where we're at?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. What was I gonna say? You have a dream that night of the sand turning into like an ocean. That is all.
Why are none of my things loading? I'm very annoyed.
So, y'all.
Did you explain to him what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Ooh, okay.
In my standard, this is kind of what's happening.
Yes.
Is that a one?
A 1 and a 2.
Shit.
Well, at least he can't auto succeed on something that he
Shit.
would have failed at, but he gotta really make.
Those are amazing rolls. That's a
And
5.
I can add or deduct these to rolls.
Christ.
A 1 and a 2 is amazing. Though, like,
I know.
All right, I can't wait for you to force some saving throws.
Yeah. All right.
So what do these dice do?
Important. I can determine the result of a roll before it's
Okay.
rolled. And
Okay.
this just for clarification for people at home, because I don't want to get rules lawyered. This replaces anything after disadvantage or advantage has been applied. Sensibly, this is what was rolled, which means modifiers do stack on top of it, but it's the roll of the dice. These are a special item that my character has that I can, similar to Lore Bard in a way, add or subtract to a roll
Okay.
And
made by anybody.
by the way, I love that you rolled it on the table at the start of the day. Do that
Yeah.
every day.
That's
for
what
our
I-
entire
yeah.
campaign, please.
Yeah.
Because
love it.
I like as a player knowing like what you've got. It makes it, and also it adds like a sense of anticipation and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Like, when are we using this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. I
Cool.
dig it.
So who's leading the party?
Me.
All right, that's fine.
Just because she spends the most. Well, or you. I mean, all of us spend a lot of time in the desert.
Once we get into the desert, I will knock my leg twice, and a camel will appear with 2 humps,
That's fucking beautiful.
I love
and
it.
I will go sit on my camel as we travel across the desert.
Oh man, that's
That
beautiful.
is so beautiful.
What's your camel's name?
Joe.
Bessie?
Oh, would Will name the camel? No, they don't name animals in the Ashina clan.
Okay.
Animals are used for a purpose. So, like, you know, based on what my loose understanding of the philosophy that I have created,
Uh-huh.
I don't think that they would name, because everything's about utility. So,
Mhm.
like, I don't think they would name their animals. They
Okay.
don't have like a personal connection with them in that sense. Maybe if like you went spent a really long time with a horse, you'd be like, that was a good horse,
Yeah.
right? But like that.
Yup. Yup. Sounds good. Maybe like they get sort of like a referred name in hindsight if they're like worthy of it, just so people can differentiate. But it's not like a name.
Mhm.
It's just like a utility type of name.
The graved hoofed one.
Alright.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's get a perception check and survival check.
I can perceive.
I'll do survival.
Okay.
Well, we can just do. How about we just do 2 and 2? So like 2 people making perception, 2 people making survival.
Sounds good to me.
So you guys are both making survival.
You made that check already, and I saw what you got the second time.
17.
26.
Okay, for
Survival.
Okay.
Perception.
Survival
14 for perception.
12 for me.
okay. The desert is very difficult to navigate. Taratha, it's been a while. You've kind of gotten a little like soft being in the city for a small period of time. So you realize you're not
A day.
being small period of time. I thought that you were kind of like spending more time in the city than you used to though.
We'll hash that out later.
Okay, sounds good.
Camels are fucking fast.
Yeah.
They're as fast as I am. Speed of 50.
Nice.
But if I use top of the wind, I'm faster than my camel still.
It's got that stride, man.
So yeah, you're able to keep in the right direction thereabouts, but still not quite as effective as you kind of wished you would be. Savo, you are keeping a good eye out. And about midway through the first day, you're noticing a lot of like just like waves in the sand and like a very almost like a like oceanic matter, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
And you step like a little too close to something and it just kind of gives in.
Okay.
And just give me a dex check.
Dex check.
You know what's? I'm just gonna say something. You know what's stupid?
24.
Okay.
While
What's
we're-
stupid?
It's stupid that the capstone ability for a monk is if you start a combat with 0 key points, you gain 4.
Yeah.
When you get all 20 back on a short rest. Like, that's just...
Yeah.
Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just realized that I get them back on a short rest, like, because I haven't played a monk in a short moment, so...
Yep. So you get a good look down, like as you kind of like jump back as the sand gives in, and it keeps giving and giving and giving, and suddenly like you like the whole party has to pull back at one point because eventually like a 40-foot diameter hole just appears, and when you look down, like it goes fucking deep. And you realize you have to tread with a little bit more care in this area. Can I get one more set of survival and perception checks?
That's not... I have a big...
9.
I have a big bonus to my
25.
survival checks,
Okay.
but I guess if 2 people have already made them, then I will just make perception again.
12.
My
I-
perception is 16.
I also have a pretty.
Yeah,
Hard
I assumed you and I are both
survival check.
wisdom monkeys, so...
All right.
I also have plus 1 to the
Can I get
survival.
a d12 roll from everyone?
Everyone.
For
Okay.
everyone.
1.
6.
Okay, 1 second.
That's
Oh, that is a 10.
12.
You went for...
It was.
It was definitely cocked. No, it was definitely good. I'm just saying, no matter which... Like, you don't know which direction's the bad one, right? Like,
Yeah.
one could be really good.
Can I get a marching order? You don't have to be in a
4.
line.
I assume that on my camel, I'm in the back of the party.
Are we in a line or are we like
Up to you.
spread? Am I the myconoid?
Mm.
I was saying like I'm on the side because that's just
And just as a reminder,
Look around.
everyone has 1 point of inspiration for making a bomb character.
I'm just cool with everyone.
All right.
This is me, right?
I think so. This
Okay.
is me,
Okay.
which makes this Taritha and this cactus.
Good to see you. Did
Wait
your
a
observation go okay?
Yeah, we can talk about that later. We've
Yeah.
got precious time to play.
All right.
Okay. All right. So, who rolled that 1? Was that you?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
me.
me.
12.
I rolled the 4.
You. From underneath. This is not going to give it justice. But there's a strange rumbling under the sand, and too little too late, you notice like another like crash of the wave off in the distance, and it takes your attention away just for a moment as the earth beneath you gives in as this, what size of it? Colossal
Go.
Jesus.
sandworm. Where are you?
Yeah, that absolutely does not do it justice.
look
No.
at that little sand.
Colossal is like... One
That's
sec.
8. That takes up 8, like,
Yeah.
right?
So 1 second.
So, like, grab,
It
like...
swallows you, but we'll
Oh, so
Well-
okay, I'm gonna die. Cool.
1 second.
Maybe. Who's to say?
Colossal
That crushing
plus. So
damage, man,
it
is-
is
bad.
okay. The shortest is half a mile long and at least 15 feet wide in diameter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going
Gargantuan is 20 by 20, and that's smaller than Colossal.
20,
So,
30.
in theory...
I'm just gonna
Dope.
say
So that's like the size of the mouth as it's going. Oh no.
so. You are gobbled up in this thing. And then it starts thrashing wildly. Like, it comes up, like, and you seem like, oh, it's here to, like, eat someone. But then it's just, like, thrashing as it continues higher and higher into the air. Let's roll for initiative.
Ooh, nice. It's going to be unnatural 20.
And natural 20.
19. It's funny that I'm gonna go after you guys with a 19.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sabo.
Sacre bleu.
Tolly?
Willow and Tolly.
15.
15.
Sacre.
Taratha, what do you do?
I'm not up first.
It's probably got a good comp.
You both got 20.
The crit 20 though. And
No.
they have higher dex.
I go by the higher natural roll because I want to reward good rolls.
Oh.
So
I have
that's
plus
just
10.
my.
I want to reward those decisions you made in the rolling process.
What is
I'm just making fun of you because like, it's just funny to like reward good rolls.
Yeah.
I have plus 10 to my stupid.
It's not stupid.
It's ridiculous going from a plus 0 to a plus
I'm gonna throw 8 spikes on the ground,
Mhm.
and then move back. 25. And then I'm going to animate those spikes.
Mhm.
That's my action as my
Fifth level right away, baby.
We're,
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
I
I
know.
don't disagree. I'm just saying, you know.
and so I'm going to. We need to find a way to simplify this, but
Yeah.
one day we'll figure it out. But I don't have advantage, so we don't have to worry about that shenanigan this time. So I'll just roll.
Maybe we used to have the AC, and he starts rolling while you start describing what your turn is.
Sure.
Sure. What do
Yeah.
you do?
I'm shooting it.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to say like you because you have an ally literally inside of it. You'll have sneak attack on it.
okay. Well, he hasn't gone yet, so I have sneak attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's an auto crit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you have advantage too,
I have
right?
advantage.
Grab
Is a
one.
melee? Can a melee spell attack count as the same thing as a melee attack?
No.
In...
Wait, yes, it does. So,
Okay.
like Booming Blade, for instance.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
That was my question.
Do 16s
7.
hit?
He's a giant.
No.
I wouldn't
Okay,
say
so we'll
he's
have to roll a couple more.
Um,
Does
Give me a sec. My thing turned off. Go ahead.
23 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 3 that's
Oh.
hit, 2 that's missed, that's 5, so 3 more. One's a crit, another is
Nice.
a 20 something. Hits. Does an unnatural 20 hit?
Yes. And
So,
then
6
do
hit.
these count as magical for overcoming resistances?
I don't think so. I think they take on the property of.
It's animate object, right?
Yeah, animate
Mm.
object. I don't think so. So
Okay.
it's a weird spell in that regard.
Okay. So roll your
I've
damage.
got that going. while
You look up overcoming resistances. What do you?
16 hit.
No.
So 6, so I'm rolling
And I do not get it.
7.
That
So-
sucks. I'm sorry, friend.
Okay, fine. Let me look at my. I have lost it. Nightman features.
Yeah, it just says it makes an attack with bludgeoning and piercing. It doesn't have anything about overcoming resistances in the spell.
Sounds
As a
good.
bonus action, I'm going to Desert Rage
Okay.
and just increase in size.
I love it. You just watch this cactus become larger,
I have no reason.
but now you get like pluses to strengths and stuff.
Yeah, unarmed strikes and melee weapon attacks.
Yeah.
Give an extra 1d4. But I mean, like, why not?
48 damage.
Okay. It doesn't do as much damage as you expect it to do.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's all.
It's still 20 some damage.
Anyone who's not Tali, sorry Tali,
It beats my 19?
I'm sorry, yep.
Okay.
Sees like the wave off of the distance get closer, but that's it. Willow, what do you do?
Oh, that's probably an initiative 20 thing. Alright, so I'll move up into range.
Mm-hmm.
How high is it up in the air right now?
I would say it's a good like 60 feet, like, but it's still like coming out of the ground, but also 60 feet high.
Sorry, I'm looking for when you can start running up walls as a monk.
I love it.
Where the fuck do you gain this ability? Fuck. Is it?
Control elf wall.
Sure. Darn it. Vertical might be the right word. Oh. 9th level. Okay. So, it's 60 feet up, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I will use bonus action, and I'll spend a key point to Step of the Wind,
Uh-huh.
so that I have a 100 feet movement. Because
Nice.
unfortunately, my 50 can't get to the top. And I will run up.
Unfortunately.
I will leap off the camel,
Uh-huh.
run up to the top of the worm,
Uh-huh.
And I will stabby stab in the fucking eyes twice.
I love it.
I don't even know if these things have eyes.
I would say like they do, but they don't use them to really like see necessarily. They're just kind of like a useless body part.
So I'm standing on the top, and I'm going to take 2 slashes with, and yeah, I will draw my blade for the first time. All right, and so
I'm going to say if you roll, because you're aiming for the eyes specifically, if you hit a higher armor class, you'll hit the eyes. If you hit the normal armor class, it'll just be a normal hit. But if you hit the higher armor class,
This would be a good time for natural 20. 3. That'll be 14. No, but yep, 14.
Nope.
All right. White dice. Don't let me down.
Christ.
17.
No, we'll not do it.
All right. So that's my turn.
Tali, you take.
Can I like free action my camel just run away?
Yeah.
Camel's up behind you now.
18
I
bludgeoning
guess
damage as it
I'm
just
up here.
like the walls of its throat are just trying to like push you further into its belly.
Mm-hmm.
But you are blinded and restrained, but you can still do a lot of stuff.
Restrain. What is restrain?
I just imagine like
Movement
I was
zero.
slamming the sword
Movement
into the like the
Yeah, so you
scales.
could
It's not like
attack
I
with
was missing.
disadvantage,
It was
but
just
you
like
could also
it
do a
did
lot
nothing.
of different
I mean,
things.
if it's a touch attack from a spell, do I get advantage because I'm in it?
No, but you'll just not get disadvantage if it's a touch spell.
Okay.
Touch.
But if you're trying to like wave shit around,
No.
then that would still be.
Nope. We're just gonna
So
hit
just
it
a
with a
straight.
big gun, see if it'll puke me up. Also, I feel like this will be useful if I get to its stomach. I have resistance to acid.
That's lovely. I love it. I mean, it's
Just
a
for the
long
record.
time before you get to its stomach. This
I
thing
know,
is like,
but
I know.
we do this thing.
No, I know.
where
I love
we,
it.
Like very much die inside.
I know.
Monsters, because that's what happens to Jonah.
Yep.
Yep.
So make your attack on him.
Okay, so this is a touch spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm casting Vampiric Touch at 5th level. Do I just use my dex?
It'd be your spellcasting
Oh,
modifier.
No, you do have
Nice.
disadvantage.
No, I don't,
I
because
said-
it's a touch spell.
I said because
Oh.
it's just touch,
Oh,
like
because-
that's one
okay.
thing.
Okay, so
but
that's gonna
totally
be 22.
that will hit.
Thank God.
What kind of
How about
damage?
you? What? So what?
What kind of damage?
It is necrotic, but it cannot. It has no resistance because I have
Yeah.
inescapable destruction.
It's vulnerable to that.
Fuck yes.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be using one of my divine whatever the fuck.
Smite.
Um,
Oh no, that's a
no.
paladin thing.
You
What
do
the
get
fuck is
divine
it called?
smite as cleric.
Mm.
It's just like a once a day divine smite, which makes
Right.
it sad. You're like, why? How you want to do
Channel
divine
divinity. I'm gonna use one of my channel divinities, which is going to add 5 plus twice my cleric level damage to this, and because of the spell that I'm using,
Mm-hmm.
I get half of whatever damage I give to it back.
Okay.
So it's like all the good
Oh.
things, all fucking at once.
But then it also like it's gonna be double damage on this person.
My God.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be healthy. It's cool.
So you have 25.
Just
Okay.
let me know at the end of
Yeah.
everything.
I assume Corey should start
15.
planning his turn. Oh no, the
Yeah.
worm has to go out.
21
Yeah, it does.
I'm standing on top of
Yep.
plus 15 is 36.
Is it 2 times? What's
That's-
your channel divinity is 5 plus.
5 plus my cleric level, so 15.
Oh, I thought it was double just cleric level. For some reason. Wait.
No,
No, I don't know if you.
Okay.
I must have misheard.
So
No,
no, it
36.
is. It is twice as sorry. So it's
So it's
actually going to be
46.
46. Yeah, 5 plus twice my cleric level. Thank you.
Oof.
And then times that is. 92.
Wow. Incredible.
Thank you. That's what happens when you use all the things at once.
Yeah. That is incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna give it disadvantage because that's fucking an incredible amount of damage that you.
Does it say?
Well, we're gonna see
It doesn't save against.
to see if it regurgitates you.
Oh,
Let's see.
I see. That would be lovely. Can we do that?
It saves though. So
you
it rolled.
fucker.
I know.
That's fine. I'll just
DC.
get. I can do this one more time.
Do I see like
Yeah. You
could've
ash
changed that.
from the top, like in the mouth? Do I see ash at all?
Ash.
Ash.
Nope, you sure as shit don't see
Tolly,
Ash.
do I see Tolly?
If Ash was inside this thing, he would have just given up. He'd be like, "Thank you, God, for taking my life in this way. I
Right.
appreciate you."
Out of the corner of our eyes, we just see this like 15-year-old boy and this grown-ass man, disheveled and thirsty.
Yeah, you.
Like having gone the wrong goddamn way.
You watch. You look down and you see like just the faintest blue just get like squelched a little
You
bit.
probably also
deeper.
see like
Um,
veins of black.
Yeah, and it like gags a bit, but then like it just fortifies itself and does
got a
not
hairball.
regurgitate. Yeah,
It's cool.
sounds
It's cool.
gnarly.
I did almost
Um,
100 points of damage right there.
I
That's
know you
beautiful.
did. I know you found its vulnerability very quickly.
Well, I mean, all
Um,
I do is necrotic damage. So.
That's true.
Like,
I found.
So
found
it
it,
is
guys.
going
It's
to.
like me punching
that
something.
nature check.
Oh, I found out that this vase is weak to bludgeoning damage. Like,
Yeah. It is going
It just
to.
reminds me of like him slapping a vase off like off the table.
Try and bite you and try and slam you too. So the bite that was a 6 plus 9, so 15 probably will not hit you.
Nope, 23, baby.
And then a slam on you two will be a 24.
That will hit.
24. That will.
Do I get to escape?
hit?
You can uncanny dodge as your reaction.
I will uncanny dodge my reaction.
And I'm gonna use my reaction with my special cloak ability.
Nice.
Yeah.
1, 5, 26 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I need a strength save from both of you.
Oh
So
no.
he like, I was standing on the thing and he slammed down. So do
Yep.
you need me to do anything?
Just do a athletics check.
16.
You're not
Athletics
prone.
or acrobatics?
Whichever you're better at.
All right, because acrobatics would be like,
You're
landing
prone.
on your feet,
Okay.
right? Where the athletics
Mhm.
is like you're throwing a football or whatever. All right, so acrobatics, that will be a cool 29 or 24.
Okay, yeah, you hang on. In fact, roll me a d6.
1.
Okay. You do 1 point of damage as you just kind of like stab like your like a weapon in or just something in to like.
Stab the sword and then ride it down and use it as like the
Yeah.
point of. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Taratha.
Cool. I'm gonna aim the spikes at its throat to try to make it all tickly.
Nice. And then you could prep what you're doing.
Is getting up an action or a bonus action?
It's just half your movement.
Like I'm getting
Half the movement? Oh.
half my movement. I'm getting up. Oh, that's not a
campaign.
D20.
That's
Oh wow, it rolled like shit.
So is it up right now?
Yeah, it is up and
3,
thrashing
4,
wildly.
Okay. I'm gonna stand.
4,
I'll get pluses to my.
Is it like laying down here or did it slam down and
It's
come back
yeah,
up?
slammed and
So
come
like
back
I just
up.
I rolled the wave.
The
So
Yeah.
lowest was an 18.
Then all of them will hit.
Is it still an advantage?
Sorry, no.
Is taller than me?
Highest was an
I'm
No,
within
no.
5 feet.
Only
You're
3
5
hit.
feet.
Only
Yeah.
3 hit.
Can I
Okay.
How
go?
tall is
So 3 are gonna hit.
Do you get advantage on enemies within 5 feet or you just get sneak attack, I think?
4,
Sorry.
I love the
8,
way you set yourself on
12.
top of the thing.
12.
Oh!
Nice. Beautiful.
So that's gonna be 21 points of damage. Also, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, 1 second.
I will hold that.
Just keep the nat 20 there. Let's get a zoom in on the camera.
Is that the 21 pre or post halving?
23 is pre-having.
Okay.
So
1 second, I forgot that I don't have the battle thing on. There we go. Okay, so that would be 11.
and then wisdom save.
Monks are cool.
Monks are cool.
Okay.
Monks are.
That's a 4 on the dice.
Hell no. That's going to be an
What'd you
additional Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
Mhm.
13 damage.
Nice. Is that necrotic?
Yes, it is.
26
Because
damage.
command's not technically
Yeah.
magic.
Oh no, I was wondering, you can
1
cast
second.
full level spells though, right? Because it's only your bonus action to control the spikes.
Yeah, it's my
not-
concentration.
Yeah.
That's why it's a fucking good spell.
Yeah. I mean, it is concentration, right? You know.
It's
Yeah.
worthy of concentration. It's a bonus action.
All right.
I got a crit.
Yes, you did.
I didn't do.
We're fucking this thing's day.
I would like a sneak
You're
attack
correcting me,
dice,
Joe.
but I don't have enough dice for this. So I
That's
said
fine.
sneak attack.
I don't want to take away your sneak attack from this thing, so I'm going to pull you back one in an order because I want you to not have your beautiful crit get revoked.
Okay.
So you
I
know
have-
how this thing was thrashing.
Yes.
You're not the only thing fucking this thing's day. As a larger, even more colossal.
Congratulations, you're going to get eaten
what's
by
the-
another worm.
There's always a bigger fish,
Yep.
Qui-Gon.
Yep. Comes up and just starts gnashing up its body. Getting higher and higher. You are inside of it.
I am inside of it.
You are going to do that damage to it. Like the sand is like giving away under you and you just like kind of, stab down real hard
Okay.
as a purple worm comes up and starts gobbling it up. So roll that. How many do you need?
I need 5d6. I have one.
Probably
for-
should have the D6 ready to
You
go.
need 10d6.
I do need 10. I could just roll 5d6 twice.
Or
Unless you want me to roll shatter on levels of dice.
No, I
I'm
want you to.
okay with
I
this.
want you to roll a lot of
But then you need
d6.
little d6.
I mean,
Oh, I
it's
use-
so much
Morgan,
easier.
it's your last session. Roll a lot of dice.
Also, I'm big.
Oh, you get the extra D4.
Yeah, D4 for Alright, we
Well,
have
that's
4.
a 4 on the D4, baby.
Nice.
So that's 10, 10, 10.
You can tell they're a Shadowrun player because they know how to quickly make that into 10.
So 10, 20, 30, 37, 40.
43. Nice.
Don't you dump that d4 damage?
Do I double the d4 damage?
On a crit, because it is one of your
Yeah.
roll dice.
Yeah,
you have
that's
to roll
true.
it again.
So I'm just gonna say that it does the max from it. So you're just gonna do.
Aren't you using a rapier?
I am.
Then you would do 2d8 as well.
Oh, I forgot the 8s. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, take it.
Look at an 8
Mine
and
gave you
a 9.
double 8, fucking baby.
Holy shit! Holy
One of them should have
shit.
been an 8 anyways, because that's the way we do
Yeah,
the
but-
crits.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
just got. So,
You just did 63 points of damage to this fucker.
I
To this,
stabbed
but
it.
that was to the smaller worm.
No, I had her do it to the larger
To
one.
bigger one.
I got-
Because I
Okay,
didn't
nice.
want her to waste a crit on
Okay.
something that was dying. This thing right now.
Does
Uh,
it regurgitate me? Or am I still inside?
You were double inside of.
Wormception.
I'm already double inside?
Technically, I'm not inside, right? I'm on
Right,
top because
but-
it's eating up. You said, right?
Right.
Yeah, but
So
you were
I'm
going to have
already
to
inside?
move or So-
Yeah, I get that.
yeah. So
Okay.
You're like, "Huh, I'm
it's,
not.
I mean, I
eating."
had it move up, so it's going to complete its turn now.
Okay.
So 1 second. It is going to try and bite you.
Wait, who? Alright.
Sorry, Morgan's already inside of it, but that is a 14. So
No.
that is not
Get
going
fucked.
to. Yep, and then it is going to try and actually, it's not going to slam anyone. 1 second. But no, it can't do that yet. All right, so that is its turn. Willow, what do you do?
So, like, you're on top of the smaller worm,
Yeah.
as this bigger worm is like.
How close does the small worm look to death?
It is dead now.
Oh, okay. So
Like
how the fuck do I say help my friend? I guess the only way I can help my friend is by killing this purple worm, I guess. So, alright. So, can I run up the wall? Alright, I will jump from where I am onto the head of the bigger one.
yep.
Find the eyes.
Okay.
And stab those, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe this time it will go better. But I haven't used my bonus action yet, at least. So, Alright. Well, that's a 3, so that one didn't hit the last one, so I doubt it's going to hit a 14 will hit this one. And another 6. Wow, those are the same rolls. Fuck it. Flurry of blows. I will fucking kick it twice with my metal fucking leg.
Nice.
5! Okay, so that's a...
Oh,
Okay, come on.
You got
Come
this.
on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. 17. Plus stuff. And there's a 28, 26 to hit. Please tell me 26 hits.
It does, and you hit it in the eye. So roll an extra dice on it.
Okay, so I do a d6 of damage with
Yeah,
these.
so it's not gonna be as nice as a crit, but it's some extra damage.
So roll an extra d6. You said.
Mhm.
Okay. So 15 damage.
Okay.
And you know what? I know that this has a very high con score, but give me a fucking con save, please.
Stunning strike.
Dirty 20.
That saves. My save is pretty high, but it's not beat dirty 20 high.
What
Yeah.
is your save, out of curiosity?
I think it is 17.
Okay.
That's the highest we can be right now. Is 17. But
Oh,
then
then I think I'm a
16.
16 because I have +4 to my wisdom.
Yeah.
You take 26 bludgeoning damage from within the worms.
From the second worm or from the first worm?
That's just total between the two of them.
But aren't they? Isn't one dead?
Well, it's like it's getting like you are getting the residual crushing from the
Yeah.
one on the outside.
I feel like she should only take one of the two damages from the worm.
That's
but
fine.
No,
I mean,
no,
I have
well,
130 hit points.
I'm
Yeah,
rolling
so-
for
oh,
the
yeah.
I'm rolling for the purple worm, which was
Yeah.
flavoring it as like
Mhm.
the kind of
Does that mean that you're not restricted anymore?
Probably am.
yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't. If this thing's dead, then I can do nothing. Except for
You
'cause I
could
can't
try.
move, and it's dead, so I
Well, I
can't
figured
attack
there's
it.
no muscle because it's dead, so there's no muscle movement, so you could try to cut your way out of it. With
But if
that.
I'm still
Are
being
there-
crushed, then the outer worm is pushing in, and I am still restrained.
That's fair.
Is there? Do you have any spells that
Nope.
are like AOE? What about
Not to harm.
What about a spiritual weapon?
Nope.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Swear to God, Kelly. I swear to God, you will lose a second player if you make me kill this character after all the fucking time I put into it. No, it's fine. If she dies, she dies.
Do a strength check.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
No,
Okay.
I have a plan. Don't die. What are you at?
I'm not. I'm fine.
Yeah.
If
Taratha.
a 26, even if 26 is the average, I've got 5 more turns.
So,
Mm-hmm.
the little one's dead, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna. I look at this big thing. I'm like, oh. Do not like it. Do not like it. And I see before me a future in which my friend is killed and we are all slain, and I'm like, no, not today. I'm gonna drop concentration on my animate objects, and I'm gonna cast polymorph on it, and I'm going to.
Go for it.
I'm in the worm, by the way.
Yeah, you have 3 things inside of this worm.
I got fucking slow fall. I don't give a shit.
No, that's not including you. Like this
Oh.
purple worm has a smaller worm in it, you, and you
Yeah,
in
it
it.
just affects the creature.
I need
Are we
to
going
see.
to explode?
All
the
right.
worm here?
I never said I was gonna turn into
Yeah.
something small.
It
I'm turning
turns-
into a dragon. I'm kidding.
What happens
Right.
when you...
We're fighting a T-Rex
You
now,
actually
guys.
you can't turn it into a dragon because the dragon's not a beast.
Yeah, sorry, T-Rex.
What happens when
turned
you
inside out
polymorph
and
a
exploded.
creature
What happens? Yeah, what happens when a creature
with
swallows
creatures
another?
in its
I'm gonna say
stomach?
Taratha definitely for sure knows this, so this is good
Yeah.
to.
It's cool. I mean, I also have a plan. I am level 10 cleric now, so I can call on my god to be like,
Nah.
Please.
help. I mean, I don't know.
Don't you have a plan for me?
Well, yeah, I mean, Saturn. If Saturn let her die, I mean, like,
This is
she'd
such-
be pissed. If she
Yeah.
went to the fucking afterlife and Saturn let her die there in that giant worm, she'd be like, fuck you, Saturn. Fuck you. I hope no one ever finds that goddamn sky because it's in a worm that's in a worm. Like, hope we get lodged in the intestines and
Alright.
fucking purple worm
You're,
die.
you're in some sort of afterlife. Like, how'd you die? Well, I got eaten by one worm. Another
So-
worm.
I became a
Everyone-
fucking
so,
turducken. That's how I
okay.
fucking
So I'm
died.
just going to say that the way that people are saying that this works online and there's no official answer. If,
Come on,
if,
Jeremy.
if you turn it into like a sheep,
Yeah.
then the creatures inside of the stuff
Get
would still be inside of the.
expelled.
No, they would still be inside the sheep, and then they would just kill the sheep because they're too big to be inside of
Right.
the sheep.
So
And
we're
then-
Then it'll revert into its form.
Yes, that is what people are saying online. That the creature has to
Yeah.
stay within because it's like shrinking into the thing.
Right. That I agree with.
Fair.
It's just
But
more
the
like
problem is there's a sandworm inside of this thing, right?
Yeah.
So that means like no matter what you pick, it's gonna right. It would shrink into the sandworm and then explode again because like the sandworm's too big.
yeah.
I
and
would rule.
it's currently
You could rule that the sandworm is already part of the big worm because it's dead inside of the thing.
Uh-huh.
But if you're gonna rule that,
No, because I'm not dead.
oh, that's true.
So that's saying because it's dead, it's a part of the worm.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
I think
It is now food, right? And your food
Yeah.
stays inside your stomach, right? Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna say like I polymorphed the troll.
well, no,
and
I'm
the-
not trying. Yeah, the like I agree that
No.
it'll get expelled and everything, but my worry is like in these 6 seconds, like you're still going to be inside the worm, but then you're going to have to like climb out, which is half speed. In the 6 seconds between it gets polymorphed, explodes, reverts back to its form, and then you're just going to be inside it still.
And then dead, like it'll be dead though.
No, when you polymorph, it reverts back to its form when you kill the thing it was turned into.
But the thing it was turned into does it. It's not dead. So like if I turn you into sheep,
Yeah.
I kill you, you pop back with the
Oh.
same HP you had before. Yep, that's how polymorph
That's
works.
how I was thinking.
Oh.
That's polymorph's
weird.
weird rulers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
a rule
weird.
that makes sense because otherwise you could like cheapen any counter. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you got 200 HP, now you got 2,
Yep.
right? Like,
That's
The
Yeah.
only
So
situation.
I'm trying to think of
Mechanics-wise,
a
it
good
makes
way
sense.
to
Yeah.
Rationally, wise,
realistically
doesn't make
handle
sense
this because I'm not like opposed to this, but I just don't want to punish you using this spell to get them out, and then they
No.
get swallowed anyway because they can't
No,
move
it doesn't
out
work.
in the time.
Yeah, I just want to say the one exception to the rule is power word kill. You can polymorph and then power word kill it.
Yep.
But that's a 9th level spell, so it makes sense why
Why would
that
you? Why would you poly? Oh, because it would have its.
It has to be lower
stats.
than 100.
Yep.
It has to be lower than 100.
Yep.
And then it's automatic. It's just like boom.
So instead of destroying a creature, you're exiling it with the word kill.
Yeah.
do you have banishment prepared?
I do, but that brings up my second concern.
Uh-huh.
Does everything inside also get banished, and then we're just dealing with like them in the like astral plane?
I would assume if the creature. So, like, here's how I would rule that. If the
Yeah.
creature could make a charisma save to save against the banishment, then it is not banished with the creature, right? Because it's not the creature you targeted.
Yeah.
You targeted a particular creature to be banished.
Yep.
And so that's the only creature that gets affected. Anything inside of it that could not make the save is part of the worm.
I mean, I could banish it. I have banished.
You could banish it.
But that would be.
I think the best thing for me to do
Just
right
someone has
now.
a portent with a 1 on it. That's all I'm saying.
No, but again, that breaks my concentration. We have a minute to basically figure out what to do with it, and that's a minute where you guys have to get outside of this area so that I can polymorph it up to an hour.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. It's your turn. It's your character.
What do
I'm
you do?
sitting up here kicking
Bonus
it in the
action,
eye with
hitting
my
it?
metal leg.
Is there any metal on it?
No. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, 1 second. At the end of your turn. Okay, that's a nat 1. Like a bolt of lightning crackles off of its body and goes after you, but it misses.
It's an electric sandworm.
It's a purple worm.
I'm just
Purple
gonna
worm.
keep attacking it
Dude, I
until I
can
figure
Google.
out what else I want to do. So.
Okay. Sabo, you can, well, let me just get the thing first.
Oh, am I playing?
5, 10.
Have I been consumed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have been consumed.
You're in its stomach.
So
Outside
take
the other
a-
worm, but
There's
inside
21
the worm.
acid damage.
Ow.
hit.
I'm a 51.
So you can attack with disadvantage. You can,
5
if you have any sort of magic, you could do your spike thing
Here's a
without
question.
disadvantage.
30 damage. So that's 30 damage, and then I need it to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep, just pause for 1 second. I just
Mhm.
want to see. It takes the full 30 damage.
Wonderful.
Wait, so the purple worm is not resistant to this stuff?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
What kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
That's not. It's a nat 1.
Yeah.
Minus
see.
1.
That portent, you know, I like to imagine that
Oh.
you predicted correctly. You didn't even need to use portent. Like, you just saw that.
That's going to be 18 damage.
What kind?
Necrotic.
Let's see.
No need to
It is
change fate.
not vulnerable to that, but it still takes it.
5.
Oh, you just told the dead. Oh, I thought you were doing something dirty or...
No, Toll the Dead is such an effective cantrip.
It is a very good cantrip.
It's just,
Mhm.
but if you fail, it does no damage. It's,
That's
okay.
Yep.
that's the... Yeah.
Sabo, what do you do?
And it can't
I am
crit,
in a
which
worm.
like a firebolt or stuff could crit.
Firebolts can't crit. Magic can't crit.
So yeah, it can.
Well, it can't.
I'm
Magic
stab
attack rolls
it
can't
real
crit.
good.
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
That's been my understanding
Taratha,
of magic is you can't crit on magic.
does a
With the
dirty
exception of, unless it's like a melee attack, like a booming blade.
20 hit you?
Dirty 20 will hit me, except I'm going to reaction shield.
Okay, so then it probably won't hit you with your reaction shield. So
I have 22 AC now.
Yep. So a bolt of lightning goes after you
Okay.
after that attack, but that's it. Sorry, Saba. What do you do?
You can crit with spells.
Can I attack?
Like fireball.
You can with
crit?
disadvantage. So
Fireball can't
I
because
will
that's a dex
attempt to
save.
attack.
Oh right, yeah.
It's
So
only
if it
What
makes
if you
it
make an attack? If you make an
Yeah,
attack,
attack
you
roll.
can.
right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll just.
a ranged spell attack is still an attack. If you roll
Wow.
20, it is a crit. It is that
That's
simple.
six.
Yep. That and I sorry, that was not
12,
me
6,
being
that's
like
15.
cheeky. It
Well,
literally
not hit.
is it that simple?
Oh.
Like what's the question after?
right.
Like
So
it's
now
that simple.
Attempt to climb up.
Oh, down.
You cannot. You would have to do damage from the inside in order to be able to.
Okay.
1 second. I'll double check that, but
Use rebuke.
yeah, it's once you're in. You either have to do enough damage or wait till your friends
Okay.
kill it.
Okay.
And then after Sabo's turn, it's gonna try and zap you again, but it will not hit you with your shield. So then
Mage armor plus shield. Hey.
then we are at the purple worm,
Why can't I
who is
cast
going
mage
to.
armor with my 5th level spells?
Second.
Yeah,
It's gonna try
base
and
20.
bite you first.
Yeah.
Isn't the purple one already gone?
What?
We're fighting the purple worm right now.
I know, but I took damage from the purple worm. That's why I haven't gone yet since the last time I took damage from it. So I was
Yeah, I
just
think
making
we
double
skipped-
No,
checks.
you said
Tali's
that.
turn.
You said that you couldn't do anything. So.
No, I'm calling on my god to do shit. There
Okay.
are other things I can do.
Okay, you just okay. I asked. Sorry, you just said I can't cast anything. I can't attack, and then I was like, okay, what are you gonna
I
do?
think she was more just
Then-
talking about her
Yeah.
predicament more than what
Yeah.
she intended
Okay,
to
so
do.
then let's just do what you would have done at the beginning of it.
No,
I mean, at the end of the
never
last
mind.
one.
What do you have to roll?
10 or
Oh,
lower.
you're looking for a divine
Oh.
intervention.
I can only do it once. That was all I could do. Now I could try to crawl out. I could do a strength check. But that's about it.
What was I gonna say?
I could
I'm doing
dimension
my
door
best.
in and dimension
No,
door
no,
out.
no, no, no. It really is fine. However this shakes out, it really, really, really is fine.
Purple worm is gonna try and bite you. But that was a 6+ stuff, so that's not going to hit.
Get fucked.
And then it's gonna try and slam you.
Slam me.
No,
I have 23 AC. Attack
Well,
me.
he's got 24 or
Really?
22. Sorry, never mind. So,
22.
but yeah, it's gonna miss you as well.
God, thank God for shield.
Now
It is
we're
a spell
at
slot,
Willow.
It's a first level spell
Oh,
slot.
yeah, nope,
But,
that's it.
I mean, if you're thinking about like in an adventuring day, it's a big resource if you're like having multiple combats in a day, especially. But
Well, considering like mage armor eats up one spell slot every day at
Yeah.
least.
What do you do?
okay, so stabbing it has worked out so well. So let's keep doing that.
What are you gonna?
I could banish it.
Stabby.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Try to
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Well, I can't because I can't see it.
That's
so
a
actually-
total.
Well, you're
of-
inside another
That's
worm.
a total of 31. Okay,
What?
so
You're
Right.
inside the first worm, right?
Right, but I don't even
that's-
really know that there is a second worm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can pretend like I could. I just know that this one is dead and I'm still taking damage and I don't know why. Like that is probably the amount that I know.
So
I mean, I
that's
could dimension door in and save it.
22 damage
Okay.
on the
It'll just take
on the
2
crit stab, and
rounds.
now
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll do another one.
I mean,
Just tell me.
The
I don't
thing
want
is,
to know the
I have
individual
26
damage, so
hit
add
points.
it
I
all
got
up and tell me
26
at the
ones
end.
right now.
No, I know.
The
I
second
got
one
some
is a
time.
26
I just can't do
to hit.
anything.
That will
right
hit.
Are you
Um,
is she suffocated?
I'm not gonna be that much of a dick.
32 damage.
Okay,
And,
well, tell me all at the end.
Yep. So, well, that was before Flurry of Blows. So, like, things get complicated. So, 32 damage is the base. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's annoying. That's 2 stunning strikes. This is all I can think to do. I know it's got a high con.
You said 32 on the second one, or total from what the 2
32
attacks?
from my attack action. I still have to take my bonus action for the
Okay.
turn. But I need to see what happens after these attacks first.
And there's other
Yep.
things that I can do to keep myself alive. Like that's
I
Okay.
assume you have healing spells.
yes, I have lots. And lots of things.
2 con saves, you said?
Yep, 2 con saves.
That is a 30. And probably not enough, 14.
It's stunned.
Alright.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have advantage. Oh fuck me.
And so then I will flurry of blows. So I have
Mhm.
advantage on these 2 attacks. And natural 17, so 26 on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
How you roll
Second one is
square
natural
if I
19.
die?
Nice, both will
Do
hit.
my spell.
Okay,
Yes,
so
concentration ends.
so
but not
that'll be
if it's not a concentration spell.
No, it would. I would roll if it's if it has like a lingering effect.
18 damage from the flurry of blows.
Okay.
Because I have
No
death
need
but
to
like
sling
that
strike
I
those.
would,
So
you know.
I imagine I stab it, like I find the eye with the metal leg, and then on the next turn I just jam the thing right into it and like twist it to stun him.
Okay. It is stunned, so you will not take bludgeoning damage as it tries to swallow the other worm. So what do you
I'm
do,
helping.
Well, unfortunately, Savo still takes acid damage because you're inside the acid stomach and not the regular stomach. So.
Oh, I didn't realize how far I'd gone through.
We need to
Or
imagine
rather,
that like
yeah.
60 feet, right, is like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So like we're like this high up in the air.
Yeah.
And then like you're like here in this
Yeah.
you're like here. I am like here and
Yeah.
Tali is like there.
Yeah. I mean, it just says a creature that's inside at any capacity takes that damage. So.
Okay.
I just imagine like there's just acid lining everything of it.
How much do I take?
Nothing until the start of your turn.
Okay.
What does Tally do?
Alright, I'm gonna cast Bear's Endurance on myself, which gives me advantage on con checks, but also gives me 2d6 of temporary endurance.
Nice.
6.
Nice. And then do you have any bonus actions? Okay.
I mean, I'm not down enough to use any of my bonus action heal shit, so.
Okay. Taratha, what do you do?
Okay. So advantage now.
Mm-hmm.
It's stunned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension door right next to Tali.
I'm gonna need an intelligence check before, so that you can check. This will be pre-casting that
Right.
spell.
Intelligence saving throw or just check?
Check.
13.
Okay, you can't really quite understand. You can roll a percentile die to see how close you get to them, but you can't gather exactly.
No, Gucci. Okay, it's gonna take a second to roll all this, so I'll get back to
Yep.
you. It's AC's what, 17?
18.
Okay. Just
Sabo,
sorry.
you, because it's stunned, have a straight roll
One
on
hit.
it. So, and you have an ally in 5 feet, so you still have
Two
sneak
hits.
attack.
Am I taking acid damage?
3
You are
hits.
taking acid damage, but let's see, 1, 2, oof.
Oh yeah, am I taking bludgeoning
18,
damage?
23 acid damage, 23.
4 hit.
But on the bright side, you could get sneak attack this
I
round.
think you didn't take it because it was stunned.
Yeah.
5 hit.
Like, there's acid damage coming from the purple worm, bludgeoning damage coming from the sandworm, and
I'm just
because the
curious,
sandworm...
What did it roll to fail? It must have rolled like a 2, right?
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah, I
That's
know.
beautiful. Thank you, Eric. I wish I was in the purple worm though, because I have
Worm is like
resistance.
the worst thing in the game to use a stunning strike on.
The
right?
what?
Like,
Yeah.
it's
I
like,
know.
Oh, it's escaped. It's 18.
That will hit.
Okay. And then
Roll high enough to see if it has to
Am I
regurgitate.
still large?
Yeah.
No, it's until your turn. So if you wanted to, like, I'll let you retroactively
I thought
bonus
it was for a
action.
minute.
Until my next turn. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, it's only a
Yeah,
turn.
so
I hadn't fully read it, so I was like, okay, so it's...
That is 39 points of damage.
all
Give it a
right.
wisdom saving throw.
Okay, 1 second. That's a nat
That's
20
some
for the
damage.
saving throw.
Well,
You said how much damage?
39.
And how much damage out of Sabo?
30.
Okay. Give me 1 second. It has to make a con save to see if it regurgitates you. It passes though. I'm sorry.
Oh, gonna die.
All right, Willow.
27.
Oh no, it's turn now.
Yep.
Oh
Stunned.
God, I keep forgetting, and then it can't do it. So yeah, it is stunned. So then, does it make a? Oh, it's just till the end of your turn.
Until the end of my turn. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'll double check that it's the end of my turn, just because that's obviously a big difference between how easy it is for me to hit it.
Mhm.
Yep, end of my next turn.
All right.
Yeah, monks are fucking cool, man.
Monks are epic.
Yeah.
All right.
Back.
Okay, so how hard is it? Like, is it bloody?
Death's door.
All right. Time to.
If you hit once, you kill it. Let's be real.
I am going to attempt to take my blade, which is magical in nature.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab the side of its mouth and try to tear a hole down to where you are.
I mean, that's gonna be
It's the
Yeah.
attack roll, and that's
Yeah.
just what I'm trying. You to determine what happens. I just say what
Yeah.
I intend to do. 2 and a 5.
yeah.
So that'll be a 16 to hit.
Nope.
So the next, and then I'll do it again.
Mhm.
Double 4s.
Holy shit!
All right.
Those are
Please
just
bonus
evil.
action flurry of
Yeah, of
blows
course,
or something.
of course I'm gonna flurry of blows. I have advantage on these attacks too. 1 and a 4.
Would you like
Jesus.
this one?
Nope, these dice will come through.
Yeah,
Final
It has
kick
1 HP.
with
Why don't you
It
roll
has
one?
1 HP.
Final kick with the thing. That is a 21.
Holy shit.
All right.
Bless.
And then I roll 7 damage.
I'm so glad I'm the only one that can see this. I'm just
I
like,
know. Yeah, you're just
No.
watching.
I mean, the way that I imagine it, this is a giant worm. Its AC is not, it's dodging my attack.
Yeah.
It is, I'm stabbing into it, but not finding, like,
Yeah.
the real damage. So
I
it's
know.
like, so, like, I'm slashing, and then I just,
Yep.
like, kick, and then, like, the final kick, I guess, just, like,
You hit the
it-
eye.
I hit it, you know, in the, I just, no, it's got a tiny little,
Worms.
it's got a
worms
tiny
just
little,
sound like
since
cats
it's an
swimming
unarmed
past
strike,
you.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that I take 2 cuts right where its tiny little brain is. I reach in and my arm strike that hits is like ripping out its fucking brain.
Okay, that's metal.
And then now I'm gonna can I try to find my friends in the fucking worm?
Well, first we're gonna need an acrobatics check just to ride the worm down as it
You got
flops
it.
dead 60 feet. That's like falling from the fucking 6th
Slow
floor.
fall. I don't give a shit about falling damage.
Uh-huh.
So that'll be a 19.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You don't even need to slow fall, but you can for flavor.
I mean, it's
Like-
just my reaction. I take 50 less damage from any fall. Like
Okay.
that is literally what it does. It's 5 times my monk
Parkour.
level.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
I love it.
I love that. Like, it's just like 50 less damage. It's so much less damage. Like, how often are you taking more than 50 from
I mean,
falling?
you can though.
You can't,
Yeah.
like, fall from an airplane, maybe. Like,
Yup.
but falling damage would have to do, in theory, 123 damage to me to knock me out.
Alright. The purple worm is dead.
Cool.
You can use half your movement speed to start getting out.
Yes.
You were both.
I'm gonna, we'll
60
work the
feet
other
deep.
way, and I'll, like, with undoing, I'm just gonna be making, like, machete cuts in the jungle to try to start cutting away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Nice.
sure. For sure.
Okay, so
So
you're.
use a dash action and hack it.
Yes.
So in 2 turns I'm out.
Yup. Yeah, so you haul ass out of there.
I
I
did
think you start hacking and slashing to get Tali out of the
Only takes
sandworm.
2.
Mhm.
Takes 2 rounds.
Okay.
You 1.5.
It's okay, it doesn't.
Yeah, where it's
Yeah.
I imagine that
we
you'd
escaped.
have to save, like, a strength, or you have to make a strength check to even move, but I don't care.
You could.
Oh, it just says, and if they die, they're like regurgitated and they fall prone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's totally
Sorry,
fine.
if a worm dies, a swallow creature is no longer restrained by it and can escape from the corpse by using 20 feet of movement, exiting prone.
All right, yeah, that
So-
totally makes sense.
Yup. So
It's Shawshank
you were
Redemption.
able-
So
yeah.
gross. Ew.
Yeah, you are just covered
So
in
gross.
sandworm goop, and like the sand is sticking to you too. So like
I'm
you're
just not-
you're
I'm not
goopy
okay.
and sandy, and like you stand up
Not
and you
okay.
see a purple worm, like just kind of like half chewed through the sandworm, and then it just starts slowly falling back into the earth from gravity, and the sand just starts kind of falling in behind it.
That was gross.
Gotta be honest, Tally.
Agreed.
I haven't seen a thing like this before. Is this like post magic kind of stuff?
I'm gonna roll it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, there's always been insane things in the dead. Like, the sandworm is normal. The purple thing is
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Specifically the purple thing with the lightning. Let's be clear.
Yep.
Yup.
Well, I'm like covered in fucking blood. Like I just reached my
Yeah.
hand and ripped out its brains. Like I assume like my left arm is just
We're all
entirely
we're all
covered in
sitting there like
blood.
completely dirty,
And I'm
then
like, I just
Tali just like
Mhm.
Ralph's.
Mm.
I just
Like she just walks past you all. It just Ralph's in the middle of the desert.
I don't care. My character
Ralph,
doesn't need
yeah.
to do this, but is going to put on cleaning gloves and just cast prestidigitation.
I love it. The cleaning gloves.
Yeah. Talia's gonna come over and just give you a hug.
Yeah, I just cast prestidigitation. That's
Yes,
perfectly fine.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you did that.
I'm still like doing like this thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're getting like a full hug. Like you have this. I feel like this is a thing. Like she gives you try to give her the Christian hug, and she is all like.
We gotta keep Saturn between us.
Even though I've been prestidigitized, I will sit down for a moment and I will clean out my metal leg.
Nice. I'm gonna use the bathroom quickly. 5 minutes of mandatory roleplay. Go.
I assume our clothes are still fucked.
Prestidigitation would help.
Do I have mending?
I don't
No,
know.
I have message.
I have
on it.
mending though, so like I can help.
That
with
makes complete sense.
You have prestidigitation. I have mending. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I
That.
assume
yes.
I'm starting to feel warm, so I'll roll up my pants and my shirt a little bit. Fuck.
Can we never do that again?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a lot more tricky than punching some ghosts.
No, well, frankly, can you punch a ghost?
Yep.
She can.
I know.
You can.
No.
But she can.
Honestly, when's the last time I've punched anything?
Well, some of us are made for punching, some of us are made for reading. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
I punch books with my mind.
I don't know. I feel like she's seen you in a bar brawl before. I feel like that's a thing. So she looks at a pretend watch and is like, I don't know, like 6 weeks ago.
4.5. Well, you're gonna need to get some books on these worms.
Yeah, can we like write some shit? Is anyone good at drawing?
Oh, I have proficiency in painting supplies.
Of course.
I would love it if you're
Hi, Joy.
If
No,
you're chick for all your
But
characters.
she's
just,
a
like, somehow paint.
stenciler, so our like a
Gotcha.
she's
Stickler.
she just draws
Can you like
pictures with
record
pencil.
this
Yes.
fucking weird ass turducken?
I will draw it out and
Decent.
that's a 20
Hot.
that's a 26 on the
26,
check.
baby.
So we have a very, I would say, I was gonna assume, I'll put it in my inventory, very accurate sketches of worms.
Indeed.
I assume we're gonna like sleep, right?
Are we sleeping
Soon.
now or?
Not.
Well, it's
now,
like
now.
middle of the day.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm asking.
Not
Since
now,
Kelly
now.
can't say no, my camel's fine and just walks on over.
You just hear. "Mrrr."
Well,
Where'd you get this camel?
Well, the one who gave me this, and I'll like point to my metal leg. It's funny, like I want her to be barefoot on the other foot, but like the sand is too fucking hot, so she's gotta be wearing some shoe. Anyways,
Sabo was barefoot. He's just like.
you know, his leg is, you know, it's a little magical, and one of the things they gave me is the ability to get a steed from it.
Useful.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. It wasn't my idea at all. Kelly's like, what if I gave you boots that
26
made of
points.
horse? And I'm like,
Woo.
sure.
50.
So, 2 combats in, probably 2 sessions, and Willow has yet to take any damage.
Yeah. I don't. That Vampire Touch is fucking epic.
yes, it is.
That was hot.
Death Clerics. Hey.
That
Well,
was hot.
anyways, roleplay. Yep.
Hey, Eric.
I got it.
Oops. Sorry, Wall. Well, so,
I guess we should continue on.
how you feeling, Salvo?
Greasy.
Greasy?
Yes. Yes, I do not.
I made a sketch of the worms and rolled a 26.
Nice.
So I wrote in my
It's a piece of
inventory
stick.
very accurate sketches of worms.
I love it. Because they're incredibly difficult to
Are
draw.
we going to narratively say goodbye to Salvo?
Or is he just not gonna? He's gonna be an NPC next time.
Yeah. Or you could just be like, he guides you out to the desert and he went back or something. Got you there. And he's like, or I have a sending stone.
Someone could call you back. Like, we'll
Yeah.
be fine in the desert. All of us have spent a
Oh, yeah.
significant amount of time there.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, indeed.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a sending stone.
You can leave them with them.
No, like
Someone
like a
calls
crow,
them.
like the vulture.
What?
Like someone calls them
Yeah.
home.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dinner's ready, Sabo.
Where
Gotcha.
are you?
Yo. Yeah, I think you'll get a call from what's their name? Vera Eagle Swallow.
Eagle swallow.
Yup, and she'll be like, it's some trouble at the stand. I think I need a little bit of help.
So,
What? What's so funny? I'm trying to come up with something.
it's like there's trouble at the stand for some reason. It's like the feds raided our stash. You gotta get back, man. You gotta get back.
Yo.
It's thieves can't, you know.
Just going.
Mm.
I hate to leave you in the middle of the desert, but I'm sure you can take care of yourself.
Yes.
I have a problem to take care
What kind of problem?
Do we need to know?
I'm just curious. It's a friendly question.
of. Nat 20.
On.
Some succulents have run away, so I have to go catch them.
Deception.
Deception natural 20. It's just like I have to go. There's succulents that I have to deal with. They're ruckus.
That's weird, but okay.
You
Time
seem to
counters.
really believe what they said.
I mean, you've got no reason to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I just wanted to roll for you just because I want to.
it's been nice knowing you. I guess we'll continue traveling for the day, and
Yep.
we'll.
It is 4:30, which is
Yeah.
why I packed.
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Let me just get
I have
a
to-
Let me just get a
dash.
survival check just to see if you find a good place that night to sleep.
I can either make.
Lehman's tiny hut.
Even still, you never know. The sand. The
21.
Sand, yep. Because
Lehman's tiny hut.
as you saw, the sand
What's your
can give
Your
way.
survival must be high too, right?
Plus 7.
I think all of your
7,
survivals
8,
are
8, or 9,
I have,
right?
I have,
Nice.
I have plus 10 to my survival.
Because I have 5 and 5.
Do I have a plus 5 proficiency bonus?
You should not have a plus 5 proficiency.
No.
It's
So
plus
So it
4.
should be 9.
Yes.
Minus 10. There has to be something else. There has to be something else that
Yeah.
gives me 10.
Yeah, probably.
There shouldn't be.
I can't think of it, but I don't have
I
a
will
reason
go
to
back
like
and
be
look.
like
Mhm.
no.
I will go back and look.
All right.
Next
Thoughts?
level proficiency bonus plus 5 is 12.
I think it's 11.
I know, I have a plus 4
It is 11 because
proficiency.
that's when spells go up.
I have a
Not
plus
11.
4
Oh.
proficiency for sure.
Mhm.
All right, so what we camp for the night?
Yep.
Okay,
Cast.
cool.
Well-
Ritual
As I-
cast.
well, then I-
Lehman's tiny hut.
I need to ask you a question. I can
Oh
cast,
right. Can we retcon what Willow and Taratha would have talked about on the way?
Oh,
What were we retconning?
ever so much has happened. It's not worth it anymore. Let's just say you and I did, for the sake of the narrative, get into a mental link argument, because I wouldn't have had it out loud in front of the other party members, about me being frustrated that you gave up the ghost on the item, and you weren't there to stop it. So Willow took responsibility for the item and said it was hers and lied to the authorities. So that happened, and now
I think
that
she wasn't there for that.
I
yes.
know. And like this whole
Um,
time, I'm like, that's why I was asking when you were showing up, because like, all right, it's gonna be really easy for me to do the thing that I had planned right now. But
But-
I also didn't want to overstep what.
No, I'm just
Taratha
gonna say
would-
like I don't know. Tara was probably talking to someone else or wasn't there
Yeah.
and decided to come later.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine. But anyway, so we got into it a little bit mentally about you giving up the ghost on the item and everything, which is
Rachel,
what.
have a good conversation.
Bye.
And
Bye.
then Taratha would just do nothing but shit talk how foolish and stupid your friend is.
Yeah, that sounds about how I expected it to go.
Yep.
I would like to ask a question of the DM.
Mhm.
I can so the way that the rules work for the for my feat
Mhm.
is that I can cast a 1st level, a 3rd level, and a 5th level spell slot a day, and I can use the 5th level one on tongues, the 3rd level one, or the 2nd level one on sending, and then the 1st level one on comprehend languages. I have not cast tongues today. Can I upcast to my 5th level one to our 3rd level, whatever, and cast sending one more time?
Yeah, I'm fine with upcasting. And
All right. Because I'm not technically a spellcaster. So like,
Yeah.
I think raw it is you can cast each one of these once per day.
Yeah, but I'm fine
Yeah.
with upcasting.
Okay. So I'll upcast it, and I will send a message to Zola.
Uh-huh.
Yep, desert's now fun for anybody. What'd you read today? Miss you.
Read about magic and a little about deserts, 'cause I was curious if you were exaggerating. Turns out you weren't. Be safe. Love you.
Alright.
There we go. All right.
If we end every session at night, we're gonna end every session with a sending to Zola.
Yeah. Yo. So, thoughts? Any comments on today's session or?
Came in, fought a worm.
Yup.
Came in, fought a word, left.
Yo, I really like two-part combats. That's why I really love the combat that you did last night. Because it solidified like how excited I was for today, where I didn't feel like it was a particularly like difficult encounter necessarily. But the kind of two-part of like, oh, we're fighting a worm, oh shit, now we're fighting a worm in a worm, and our friends are swallowed, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, what I liked about it is that like initially I was a little like, because normally what a worm will do is eat somebody and go back under, and then you're just fucked, right?
Yeah.
That's what it should do. But then it's like if it was being hunted by another worm, right? It totally makes sense that it's like trying to like escape and get over the sand or something. And then the purple worm, I don't think had enough time to retreat.
It did not.
Like, because it was still trying to like eat the other worm, right, or something like. And so like I imagine it was like lethargic. So like that was a good way of making it. It would have been a lot harder of a fight if the sandworm was playing optimally. But it made total sense that why neither of them were playing optimally, so to speak.
And we're effectively gnats to it.
Yeah. Well,
oh yeah.
we did kill it.
But to it, like perceptibly.
Like,
yeah, perceptively, yeah. It has blind sense, so it kind of knows that we're there. But it'd be like knowing that like a cactus is like in the desert, right? Like it's like it's not like considering it like a major threat or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I also I'm trying to get better at this particularly, but combats that also are narrative in a way. Like for example, the person like there was like the kind of the cultists trying to like sacrifice a person in it, and I feel like that in a way is like sort of narrative beyond like, oh yeah, here's a thing that you have to reduce to 0 HP.
Oh,
Like,
you want me to quickly explain the combat last night? Basically, they were in like this ancient. They were like, and they found respite in a desert, which is funny. We're both in desert now, but in a temple. And they went in, and then one of the characters who was like knows religious stuff was able to figure out the ritual and find like a secret hidden like basement to this place. They snuck down there. They saw that a ritual was going on there. It was like like demonic, like think classic what people thought D&D was in 1981.
Yeah.
And so like there was like 8 cultists, and 4 of them were like chanting and doing this ritual. And the players, I hope, knew that some shit was gonna go down because there's a body in the middle, and they're chanting and chanting and chanting. And every turn they go on their initiative go and just keep chanting. So I was like, kill the fucking chanters, but they didn't do it. So then the body turned into a venom troll. Like just like it's like it was just like staging the fight. Like there's an impetus in the beginning of like we need to stop this ritual from going down, and then the ritual gets completed, and then like enter phase 2 of the fight. So something like that. Yeah, can add more rhythm to a fight. It can be nice to have something change in the middle of the fight, like. Like that's what makes chase sequences so much fun to some degree, right? Because it's like they zig and then you have to zag, or like, oh no, the fruit sale cart is now in the way, or whatever, all those kind of things. Just like suddenly something you didn't anticipate is here, and you have to reformulate what your plan was.
Anything that makes you rethink your action economy and makes you use spells or some other form of action in a different way is a good thing. Otherwise, you're in the rhythm of attack, 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 move, attack.
Yeah. We got to do that a little bit today because I got to run up the side of the worm, right?
Yeah, that has to be cool.
Because no one wants a dead turn. I mean, rolling badly and missing your turn is one thing, but like just like needing to do something superfluous where you don't feel like you're achieving anything other than just like moving is, I don't know, boring.
Yeah. Because literally every turn in that combat yesterday, I had something planned, and then I had to change it because of something that happened. Like first, I was gonna do fireball until the party went in the room. Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and pick off the what's it called, the people chanting while also trying to save the body. And then you close the door, and then I couldn't get out, and I'm just like every time. So, but that's like good. So I was hoping that like by having friendly swallowed, it would kind of like make you renegotiate what you were doing.
Which it did, I think.
Yeah, not quite to the same degree, but to a certain degree.
I mean, like, I went from, I didn't change much, right? Because I went from stabbing one on the top of the head to running up the throat to stabbing the other, or jumping off, I guess. But like, I think like it definitely changed what was happening to Salvo, because Salvo went from on the outside stabbing to on the inside stabbing, which changes your mobility. And and then like the fact that now Tolly was like in the middle of the worm and unable to like get out, like I think put a lot of pressure on especially Taritha to like do something different than just like animated objects blowing stuff up. So no, I thought it worked well.
Yeah, it's also
that-
nice to have a character that can do other things other than just stab.
Stab it.
Yeah.
Gotta stay.
I think one of the most interesting things that happened today was the encounter with the NPC.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I hate it when this fucking happens.
So I made the like in my
What did
head
I
the
just do?
NPC was meant to be someone that was like sympathetic
I
to
just
small
did this,
infractions.
and
So like
everything
while it
swiped
was
over
huge, like
on like on a different screen.
what's his
But it's-
name? Thurgood / Willow could have gotten fined to the point of bankruptcy essentially, and have to do community service / prison time because someone died as a result of them not registering their thing. Not necessarily as a result, but it was an illegal thing and someone died. So they could have like nailed them. So I was trying to put this person off as someone who's like sympathetic, because these people are otherwise law-abiding citizens, and they have other things registered. So like they were willing to look the other way once, and they just just for looking the other way, help, why don't you do this thing? But then he just came off as completely
Like,
corrupt.
yeah, like he came off as somebody who was like corrupt and like looking to get us to basically like do a bribe for him to not like.
But totally not what I.
So I assume that Taritha knows about this guy and is like maybe not happy with it. So
Bad apple.
And like they're and what's funny is like my quirk for him, because I have a quirk for each character. His quirk was he speaks like he's always got a deal to broker, and that just came off as him being slimy rather than like someone's like, hey, I got something special for you, like. Type
Well,
of-
brokers are often played as like, hey, give me something, I'll give you something.
Yeah, but more of just kind of like the person that you were like you're willing to work with because he's someone on the inside, and you could kind of like barter with one another, but then it just did not work out. So I've already
it did
created
work
a
out.
new.
We did
True.
it, but it's just funny how like oftentimes doesn't this happen where like we have a lot of DMs at the table, like you think a character is going to come across like one way, and then they come across like a completely different way, or the players go on a completely different route than you expected.
I had a warlock that was supposed to be the lich in disguise. Like they were killing the lich, and the warlock was supposed to be the lich mind projecting as a warlock. And he's just like, and the thing is like nobody likes warlocks. So there's this warlock that's helping you. Aren't you suspicious? Nope, no one was. They're like, oh, this warlock is really helpful. I'm like, do you not understand? And then when the warlock betrayed them, they're like, wow, the warlock betrayed us. I'm like, of course he did. He's the lich. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
But yeah, like when we did the we did this long like thing recently in our campaign, and like I had an NPC named Glibber, who was it was a kobold, basically thief, and they were in the ruins of this old dwarven city that like had been long since abandoned because of a lich, and the kobold was like the only like living thing, like, and all it was doing was collecting shinies. And like I like threw in that I was collecting shiny things just as like an aside, kind of like
We obsessed over it.
they obsessed completely over like Glibber's treasure, like how amazing it must be, and like
I mean, it was worth the obsession.
so I had to like basically like get ready because like when they can kill the Lich, what was the first thing they want to do? We're gonna go get Glibber's treasure, ha ha ha. Or you make like one side comment like you weren't there for this, but you guys know what a spectator is. It's like a mini beholder, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like in the Mines of Phandelver, there are some spectators, and like to give them character, I just and it makes sense in my world. Basically, what happened is like 3,000 years ago, there were constructs like metal people, like warforged, but they were made by the dwarves, but they were made specifically to defeat the dragons who like ruled the world and were terrible tyrannical rulers. And then the elves and the dwarves were like, okay, now we will put away these constructs and not use them anymore.
Yeah.
And so the spectators were supposed to like, defend like the cave to like make sure that nobody came and took this stuff. And they were hired by the elves as like neutral party for like, and I think the amount of gold I just said was like 5 million gold or so, like some absurd amount. But it's like the spectators, like the spectator, like he just wants to collect things or whatever. And now they like learned that from role playing with the spectators because they were trying to fool the spectators that they were the elves, relinquishing them from their duty. The spectators didn't buy it. They got a fight. They won. Every like 3 sessions, one of the characters is like, yes, and once we do this, we will go find the spectator's treasure in another plane because it is so wealthy. So I know that like when they get to like level 19 or 20, I'm gonna have to like have a side quest where it's like 3 weeks where it's like we're gonna go just find the spectator's treasure together, and it's gonna be like this weird wonky Doctor Strange adventure or something like that. But it's like it's funny how what your characters will pick up on that you don't even intend as like a DM. It's like you're just trying to, but that's the beauty of D&D is like that's why they're making the story with you. Like I hate it when people are just like the DM's world. Like to me, it's me and the player's world together. Like they're constantly adding to it, and I think we're all doing that too, of like adding to the world in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I'll be done talking for a little bit.
Yeah, I once had a player take a deal with a demon, and I'm like, "You're gonna take a deal with a demon?" Okay.
You made a deal with the Fae.
Yeah, but this didn't. The Fae are now not my patron, and had
True.
to have to multi-class into Warlock.
That's true.
That's fun.
My favorite meme is when like it's talking about how a DM was doing a flashback and he casually mentioned that there was a mountain.
Oh.
And they're like, "Oh, I wonder what happened to the mountain," and they're like, "Me too, buddy."
Because it was like in the history, right? They like saw a vision of like 2,000 years in the past.
Yeah.
And the DM describes that there's a mountain, and the player's like, "But there's not a mountain there today." And so then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it when like DM's intentions just completely get like derailed. And in the this is a tamer one, but in Friday, they found a changeling family that was like impersonating another family, and they murdered.
That's cute.
They murdered the parents before they realized that like they were like pretty much enslaved and forced to do this, so they were just left with one of the kids.
Fuck.
And they're like,
that's dark as shit.
I know. So they're like, I guess we're adopting them now. I was like, you already have a kid in your party, like. You can't stop adopting kids into your party. And they're like, well, you just keep giving us kids that are orphans. I go, no, when I gave them to you, they were not orphans.
You keep giving us orphans. I mean, we keep making orphans. Sorry.
God, poor kids. It's like, we're going to kill your parents and then adopt you.
Yup. So,
Oh my God.
that was, that's fun.
Yeah, how's Friday group hanging? How are they doing?
They still haven't gotten to Franz yet.
One day.
That's gonna be this Friday at long last. Because it took them a whole hour to decide how they were going to get into an unlocked door.
Hey,
And
like
then-
that meme that's been going around.
I know.
It's the university conundrum. Do I open the door to see if it's locked? What if I open it and it's open? There's a class in there. We don't want to go in there. I'm just going to sit here and wait till someone else opens that door.
Yup. And then as soon as they finally decided, one of the players just completely ignored the plan and combat started.
Hey.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was in a Shadowrun campaign where we were in a meth lab. This is important.
As one is.
Well, it's a Shadowrun. You're in a meth lab. It's Shadowrun. Of course you are. And we had someone who smoked cigars, and one of his things is he lights up a cigar at the beginning of combat in a meth lab.
Oof.
He blew up everything. We retconned it because the DM felt bad because 2 players had gone to the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh, combat started. I'm gonna light my cigar." And the DM's like, "You're gonna light a cigar in a meth lab?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, let me roll a chunky salsa. You're all dead. It's like you lit a flame in a meth lab. But with Retcon, it was so funny. He never left it down.
Out of curiosity, so like we are all DMs at the table. How do you move parties along when they're being too cautious in a way? So what are some tricks with that
when they're being annoying? I'm just joking. I'm a little bitter because last night, so like I don't like basically what happened was there was a mirage in the desert. It looked like an oasis, and it was like a sand pit. Now I would be fine if the characters did good checks and were able to determine it, but every character did something to check it, at least like once, and all of them like failed in an ability. Like the rogue made a perception check. It was like a 13, and so just it looks like a thing. You made an intelligence check to see if it's an illusion. You rolled like a 2, and it's like okay, so like everyone's made their checks, and then you guys are still like, I'm gonna sit 100 yards away and like shoot arrows and
it is the
stuff.
smart.
No, it's fine. It's the smart thing to do as a player. But I'm saying as like. Sometimes it's hard when you guys are being overly cautious because it's like you're not going to die if you fall into this sand pit or whatever. Like it's just going to be another encounter. But instead it was like pulling teeth trying to get you guys to like engage with the actual thing as planned because you were so overly cautious about it being like a trap, which is fine because it was a trap. But your characters would not be like thinking like the DM set this oasis in the desert to fool us. Your characters would be thinking, yes, water! Like, so sometimes overly cautiousness, that was me just ranting. But I think one thing is push players, right? Like, you know, like if something on the other side of them is moving towards them, they suddenly have to move towards the thing, right? So that's like trying to construct your things so like they're moving away from something or like, there's like, there's a sandworm behind me, there's lizard people in front of me. I guess I'm picking the lizard people, right? Like, something along those lines.
Yep, move them. Remember that, that there's a world outside of the players. So if, like, they're trying to infiltrate a base, well, there's probably a patrol unit coming around. Or, like, make things time-sensitive in ways that players sometimes do not want to be time-sensitive.
Yes.
Yep. The infamous hourglass, like, when you just tip it over, that's when... Like, you don't have to do a minute for each, like, decision, but, like, once it starts getting to the point where they have to make a decision.
Or my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be a real roll. You just have to, like...
It's never a real roll.
I've never had, like, players who just got, like, so bogged down in planning. Like, I'll just be like, okay, so there's a castle. What do you do? Like, okay, we're going to plan. And so they'll get planning, and then eventually I'm like, okay, so what is your plan currently? Like, just what do you have currently? Like, okay, so we're going to go up the tower. We're going to do something. And okay, let's just do it. So like that's a half-baked plan, but go for it. Like I wasn't pushing you.
Is built off of.
It was like I wasn't pushing you, but if you think that you get bored of planning, go ahead. Be bored of planning. I will throw something at you.
Yeah. If the players are having fun planning, I think that's good. And like
I just was more of like a what do you have currently?
Yeah. Like when you guys did the Lich fight in our campaign, I tried to specifically spend the last 30 minutes of the session before the fight to give you time just to plan out what you were gonna do, because I think sometimes planning can be fun. Like I've read stories, of people being like, one of the most fun sessions I had was a session where the druid wild shaped and like snuck through the entire base, right, as like I don't know, a spider, and it's like, and like they were riveted because like it was like, or like the rogue is like sneaking around and like no one's playing but everyone's just listening to like that thing happening, right? And so sometimes caution can be exciting. I think the danger is, as you put down, it's like when it slows down the game and people stop having fun as a result. Like when people are checking out because they're like, the other people are just talking about what they think, oh, we need to polymorph this guy. No, we need to banish him. No, we need to do this, that, or the other thing. And I think that's just, it's like you have to sometimes imagine D&D as kind of like an action movie. If you don't have like something going on once every couple of scenes, like it can start to draw, like
Sabo was definitely going to have activate awaken a cactus and send him into a fort or something. It's gonna be great, but it's just it will be for later at some point.
I once, on the topic of like overly cautious players, I once had a group where they were more or less trying to like rescue. The word princess, but ostensibly a princess of like an evil kingdom, and they're smuggling her around. She was a druid, so she was like more or less shapeshifted into a werewolf the entire time. They were kind of like a paramilitary group. And I'm like, that's cool. And so they're visiting this other kingdom that they're kind of have a rocky alliance with, and they're staying in the royal court, and they're about to go to the big gala, the big event. And so they come to pick him up, and they're like, so what are you doing with the dog? They're like, what do you mean? It's like, you're not going to let a war dog just sit alone in this room. They're like, what? And instead of like being fine with like crating the dog or putting them in the stable or anything, they wouldn't budge on it. No, wait, that's not what happened. The dog wasn't there.
Oh.
Sorry, the dog wasn't there, and they're like, well, take me to your dog. They couldn't take him to the dog. And so one player the entire time missed the ball because they had to walk around with this one character. Be like, it's not here. It's not here. It's great.
Beautiful.
Ended up polymorphing the guy and throwing him in lava.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, that's one way to get around the polymorph rule.
Ha! If you turn back into your person, you'll still burn in the lava.
Pretty much.
Yeah. One thing that I want to try and explore here that I you missed it, but I told you about it last week. But just kind of exploring how like a society that is just coming into magic would receive certain spells. So like the charm spells are not consent type thing. Because you use Gaius and just change that guy's life for a month, and what are the consequences of him not showing up to work for a month? What are the consequences of...
he just has to go serve soup for 4 hours a day.
True.
Didn't specify the time. He has to do it for 4 hours. 4 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. But, there are other commands that you could have done or someone could have done that would completely, kind of change someone's life in a way if they suddenly don't talk to their friends for a whole month.
Oh, it's only just 5d10 once a day.
Christ.
Psychic damage.
But exactly, that's a lot. That can potentially kill most civilians.
Yep. Oh, Gaius is... It's a very well balanced spell.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it can be a nasty spell.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so... Because I think about how a lot of the charm spells are used in a way that, yes, players are meant to kind of use these spells for their advantage to try and nudge people and make the world a little bit easier for them to navigate, but also they are just, super, I don't know, I just think that they're, really shitty spells in a way, in terms of, if we were to use them today, in this sort of, not to say that magic is real, but, if I could just, make anyone, friendly towards me, or I could command, or suggestion, or Gaius, that's really fucked up.
Oh, so. Yeah. Those would definitely be, they would be against the law, right?
Yeah.
Magic's no good. I mean... 5e wants to set it up to make magic more difficult to cast than I think most DMs rule it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of components that...
Yeah. I'm a huge stickler. I say you can never cast a spell without the person, if you're, one-on-one talking with somebody, unless, command, which is just, I think, verbal, right?
Gaius is also just verbal.
Yeah, so Gaius would be fine, too. But, any people are always you're in the middle of a peaceful conversation. I'm gonna cast fireball. It's you're going to pull out sulfur and or bet guano, and you're gonna smear it on your hand, do the little thing, shoot it out with your hand. There's a reason an action takes 6 seconds, right? In that 6 seconds, if it's not you move in the span of a half second, you do all this stuff. No, if your action is the 6 seconds. Yeah, exactly. The action is whatever you do over that 6 seconds, right? So it's you swing your sword twice in that 6 seconds, or you take the guano and you do all the somatic components. So to me, it takes 6 seconds to cast any action-oriented spell. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, of course they're gonna know that you're trying to cast a spell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I agree. It bugs me when players think that they can just cast any spell whenever they want in any social situation, just get away with it. That's never how I've felt magic should operate in the world, right? Because even when you look at it in any fiction, right, almost always magic or superpowers or stuff is really obvious when it's being used.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Closing thoughts.
I have one political closing thought that is completely unrelated to stream.
Oh, the shooting in Milwaukee?
Yes.
Oh shit! What
I'm
happened?
just there was a shooting, 7 people are dead. It was at the Miller Coors thing. And I just want to say to people listening, it's fun to enact violence in the controlled setting of Dungeons and Dragons when we're just using our words, but I don't know. We need, people to not have access to weapons that hurt people so badly without, proper kind of regulations around it, which we do not currently have in the United States.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
No. That is. I'm sorry to hear that happened.
I don't know if it was mentioned on stream a few times, but this is my last time playing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's too many things to happen in the round, so I gotta leave.
Mm-hmm.
But
We
Sabo
love
will
you.
live on,
Yeah.
and his Marcus Doll. Buy his succulents.
And with that, we shall see you next week.
Auf Wiedersehen!
Auf Wiedersehen.